for the ecosystem for sure.
True. Hey, because we are going to get a lot of attention with this Volt thing and all that at Titanx. Those things are going to get attention, and when it definitely nice to have Lotus there, as to say, okay, by the way, also, we're not just crude.
Jake, what's
Big man.
up?
Thanks for coming on.
What's up?
AI
Mr.
Jake.
What's up, AI?
Pretty good, man.
Man, I love your videos because you bring a whole different vibe. Just quiet ass videos, bunch of architecting shit. I love it.
Yeah, I'm echoing the ethos. I hear Matrix, I play Matrix.
Steve, I have a question. So because I've been trying to wrap my head around the Nexus.
Yes.
There is one cell in there, right? Viper back to Dragon X.
Viper is just going to buy Dragon X. Viper is just going to buy Dragon X.
Yeah, but that's like saying Titanx buys Ethereum. It's still a cell because it reduces the ratio.
There's one cell. One cell.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I was trying to wrap my head around it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Though it's only a sell on Viper's end. It's buying. It's going to be buy for Dragon X.
So Viper is going to be paired with Dragon X?
Yes. So it's still a buy for Dragon X. But it's still...
Yeah, it's not going to increase the Dragon X price. It's just going to reduce the ratio of Viper against Dragon X. So essentially a sell on Viper. Which is fine since it burns.
Yes. Yeah. But would it increase a Dragon X price?
Why wouldn't it? Or what do you mean?
Yeah.
What it does more is increase liquidity activity.
Yeah, primarily. Yep.
Yeah,
so the reason it doesn't increase Dragon X's price is so Dragon X's price in Titanx. So the only way to impact that ratio is by buying it with Titanx. Same way as if somebody sells Volt for.
I see what you're saying. Absolutely, that's a really good point. Yeah, I see what you're saying. So yeah, do you like it? Do you like the Nexus?
Yeah, I think it's an interesting idea. It's a very interesting idea because you're essentially recycling the same volume over and over, and while you're doing that, you're just burning liquidity. It's kind of interesting. I like it. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out because Volt itself is kind of like how would you say it, the foundation for the pillars.
Yeah.
So as long as Volt has that perpetual auction, buy pressure comes in, has the tick liquidity that it has, everything should be fine. And then you have this Nexus thing. You're going to have a Nexus on all 8 of the pillars.
All 8 of the pillars will have the same Nexus. Yeah.
Steve, what the fuck are you building?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Okay, so now I've got Jake here. Like no one's going to remember this stream. When it comes to the wheel, this is what I want to do for the wheel. It's going to be input Titanx, the wheel. And so it's going to buy Volt, okay? And Volt's going to buy wheel, and then wheel's going to buy Volt. It's going to be like this. It's going to be like back and forth like that. So it's a little bit different. And at the same time, wheel will be paired with the other pillars. So wheel Viper, wheel bull. So
I think I have a sick idea for the wheel. So because I wanted to hop on a call with you to talk about all this stuff because my mind has been going crazy since I heard you talk about the Nexus.
Yeah.
So the current design of the wheel is people go in with Titanx.
Yes.
It buys Volt.
Yes.
Then it uses Volt to buy the wheel, and then the wheel sells back into Volt. And have you thought about maybe doing a more advanced design on the wheel where people come in with Titanx, it buys Volt, and then it uses that Volt to buy the pillars to get to wheel, and then you pair wheel with all the pillars, and then go from there. Because then you're never selling down. Something I've been thinking about. We need to work some specifics out.
You know, I did think of that, and I thought if it's going to get too complex, I went simple. But tell me more. Yeah,
because then since all the pillars are going to be priced in Volt, essentially.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
started.
Yeah, so when Titanx comes in, buys Vault, then
Boom.
splits in 8, for example, and then each one of them buys the pillars. So it
Yeah.
increases their Vault ratio, which increases their price, and then through that pair you get to the wheel, and then you do whatever you wanted to do there.
Yeah, that's really good. It would have to be proportionate to the size of the pool. So if Viper
Yep.
is larger, more will have to buy Viper.
That's good. Does get complicated.
Or you can force the ratio.
It's not fair though.
That
Yeah.
ratio- yeah.
If you force it, it's not fair. I mean, these tokens gotta compete. Last man
True.
standing. You know?
I think if you do the wheel like that, it would actually be more beneficial.
Right. So just so I understand what you're saying, Titanx is going to buy Vault, okay? And Vault is split 8 ways, buying the pillars, and then the pillars buy wheel.
Yep. That's
Okay.
what I'm thinking.
Yes.
And so the problem is when you split it 8 ways, how do you know how much to split for it to be fair?
There is a benefit to forced ratios because then people go into smaller protocols and force them higher.
Yeah, because it's like, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So it could be like if it's 8, you just do 100 divided by 8, for example. That's 12.5% each.
Oh, right. So you would actually, even if Viper was a lot bigger than, I don't know, Inferno, the bull, you would still have 12.5% each.
If you want to keep it simple, yes. You could base it off of like the pool ratios, etc., but then it gets very complex.
Yeah, it's complex.
Couldn't you just base it off the liquidity?
Yeah.
But you have to read it from the pool. Then the question is when do you update it? Because it needs to update it in the smart contract what the size of the pool is. So it needs to do that with every user interaction.
Yeah, that's right.
And then you don't even need to sell wheel. So you want to sell wheel back down, right? Did you create the whole wheel thing?
Yeah.
Okay. So what you could do then is instead of selling the pairs back down from the 8 pillars, you can just go wheel Vault.
Yes.
They keep the price increase on all of them.
Oh, absolutely. Wheel would just buy Vault. Like it'd be like 40% because the rest, some would be gone to the some have to be taken off for the perpetual auctions and all, but it can just directly buy Vault, and that would push everything.
And that would be sick. That would kind of be damn.
So it goes from Titanx to Vault to the tokens, then Vault to the wheel, and then the wheel back to Vault. Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
I've got a question for you, Jake.
I've
got a question because one of the pillars I'm not sure about. I will do it in Vault, like Vault technology, but I'm just not sure it should be one of the pillars. That's Tink, just because of the infinite supply.
I mean, Tink has been floating. So Tink is an interesting one where it buys and burns. So as a buy and burn and a burn. So the Tink fees that get generated all get burned. That's one burn. And then it has a buy and burn from all the trading that happens across all the pairs. The better off Tink is, the better off the liquidity in the ecosystem is. I kind of like Tink. I think Tink is like a very key player in the ecosystem because it bolsters all the liquidity.
That's true. That's true. So it'd be okay using Tink for one of the pillars because that's the only pillar I was thinking. Is this going to be negative having Tink because it's inflationary? But
not really because you're forcing it into an auction.
Okay.
So
and Tink does help all the other tokens. Like it does serve a value to all the tokens.
Yeah.
That's
true.
Hey, your designs are good, man. I was watching your stream at Dave from AwesomeX.
Oh yeah.
Like I saw the gold one for Element 280, and I saw Viper.
Yeah.
The designs are fucking great, man. They feel good.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah. I got a good designer. I got she designed Lotus too. She's good. She's good.
Nice.
Yeah, I like the simplicity of the names. Just bull. Just like you said, just when you change Warp X to Warp, I'm like, absolutely, that's way better. Warp. That's brandable.
Yeah, everybody wants to put X after everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's when you know you have real branding, when you don't have the X in. You're not just being a copy. You know, you're being creative when you just come up with like Volt or Zara or Viper.
Yeah.
These are creative. You
got to find a .win. So like sometimes you don't have a .win. Titanx has overtaken .win. That .win, I think Titanx ecosystem.
Yeah, that's the
There's so many brands available with a .win domain.
true.
Like, really good names.
Lotus.win, that's such a sick name.
Yeah.
Thanks,
How is
bro.
that available?
It was, dude. I looked at Lotus.io. It's 130K. I'm like, nah. And then I bought Lotus.defi. And then I was talking to Steve. I'm like, nah, what am I doing? And we need to stick with the brand, right? With the .win in the ecosystem. And so I picked up. Yeah, I mean, it's like $400, something like that. But I was surprised it was available too. I really like the .defi. I think that's really cool. Because some of these .defi and some of these other ones, I forget what they call it, but there's only a few servers like Cloudflare that'll pick them up, right? Because of certain security reasons and stuff like that, because they're pretty decentralized in whatever they got going on behind the scenes. So yeah, Lotus is just trying to bring that balance of just that we got this intense energy of the dragons and the hardcore samurais, and me scorching the earth with blaze for 6 months and all that crazy stuff, and just bringing something back to chill out with, So, and
also platform other things like Lotus can launch on top of that. So now, if I'm someone who, that side of like the softer side or whatever Lotus represents, I don't know what you want to call it, I have somewhere to go. Like I can build on top of that if I want to represent that, represent that flow, like flowers and nice things and all that.
Wait, Steve, another thing you said with the pillars, so they're all going to be linked together in the LP.
Yeah. So let's take Viper. You got Viper Dragon X. You got Viper Vault, and they're both the same size.
Oh, okay, correct. And so Bull will be
The same.
Titanx Bull and Inferno Bull.
Not Titanx. It's none of them is going to be linked to Titanx.
Okay, so Volt Bull. Yeah, that's a good point. So Volt Bull and Inferno Bull.
Exactly. Yeah, we don't want it linked to Titanx because that defeats the purpose of it. Because it is going to stop sell pressure to Titanx.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it'd be Volt, Inferno. Sorry, Volt, Bull, Inferno, Bull. And Volt, Inferno. Just 3.
These are all daily auctions giving utility to these tokens. These tokens didn't have much utility before. The way it says that, hey, that's something.
Oh, yeah. And the cool thing about auctions is they're 24-hour forced participation systems. If nobody participates in an auction, somebody's getting an incredible deal.
Somebody's going to come out.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's going to happen with this stuff because there's a lot of, all these contracts. No, you do have the ROIs posted on the site. So, and there's going to be stats. So, hey, if I see an opportunity, yeah. So maybe there's not going to be any opportunities because you're so transparent that you're going to know, okay, I can take advantage over here.
Mm-hmm. Steve, how does it work? So you go to Volt.win. There's going to be a drop down for all of it. And is that going to be the same on like Bull.win or whatever, where you see everything?
Yeah. So every pillar has its own brand. Viper.win, Bull.win, stuff like that. But they're linked, just like in Uniswap. You can go here, and then there's a. You can. This is Viper. So you participate in Dragon X, and you get your Viper. But you can press this button, and all of them come up here, and you can see the ROI and see which one. Maybe they're all going to start at 2 p.m. EST and finish that time. Sorry, 2 p.m. UTC. and you can see which is maybe doing good. They think, oh, you know, bull is doing great today. Let's try some bull. And you press this, you just go to bull.win. Well, it's actually Volt Bull. I couldn't get bull.win. That was taken, but Volt Bull.win or Zara.win, Turbo.win.
Wow. You know, it's like a feast, a table for a feast. Like you come in as a new person, you're gonna like, okay, which one? You know, I'm just gonna get all of them.
Yeah.
You know, kind of like that. I can see myself, man, as a new person, because like when I go check out like 3 or 4 of them, I was like, oh man, these are all good.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, because it's not like you're gonna see anything that's not good.
Was that your question, Jay?
Yeah, that was the question. So it's going to be the same on all UI. So if I go to
This is gold, let's say. So
perfect. Yeah, I see the drop down.
You see, and you just go here.
Man,
that's a good shit, man. I like it.
And then you get a stats page at the bottom. It's all here.
The logos are also nice. I like it.
Yeah, so it's interlinking them together, and I like it because, you know, everyone who's onboarded to Volt can be onboarded to every single other one.
Wow, because like Volt is a massive onboarder, man.
Yeah, they go to Deck Screener and Volt's up there right at the top. So
I mean, imagine if someone sees Volt and says, "What is this?" and then what they see next is this. Like, come on, you know.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is
take my money. Take my money, man.
I'm going to have a way for them to buy Element 280. So I'm going to have a buy button because a lot of people aren't going to have these tokens, you know. So
if you do that buy button, it's going to have to pre-populate the thing.
It will just
30%.
Just go to Uniswap.
You can do that with Uniswap? Pre-populate the slip?
I think Steve was dropping out.
Yeah.
Hey, you got that fiber installed?
The fiber is being installed right presently. Right presently.
Fiber?
Fiber internet cable. Because he has oh yeah, he's gone.
Oh, fiber.
Yeah.
Oh, you're running what? Like, so the server? Oh, running servers?
No, he has shitty internet where he lives, so he's installing a fiber cable so he has better internet.
Okay.
Because that's why he drops all the time. Like, he's not here now. He'll come back at some point.
Yeah, he just got some like new stuff too, supposedly.
Starting there? Where you
new
at?
boosters and stuff that like did the opposite effect. Hey Jake, so let me ask you a question, dude. Well, I got you. About my Lotus mining ladder, like Hydra. Would you mind helping me explain this to everybody? And I'm gonna make a video this week, but AI was asking about it too, but want to make it like crystal clear so everybody understands, you know, the strategic advantages of, you know, yes and no.
You want me to explain how the UI works, or just
how? I mean, I'm gonna make a video of it, but like, you know, on Hydra, like it's just a mining ladder.
Yeah, so a mining ladder is you set your minimum, you set basically your start day, your end day, the amount of miners you want per day. So for example, let's say you do start day 10, end day 20. That means you have 10 days in between. And if you do 1 miner per day, that means it automatically creates a miner for 10 days, 11 days, 12 days, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And if you go to the Hydra UI, it even shows you, it pre-populates a paragraph on like, hey, this is going to create X miners a day at this interval between this day and this day, totaling, in this case, 10 miners. But if you do 2 miners per interval, that would create 20 miners, so 2 each day. So the reason you do mining ladders is it's simpler, because otherwise you have to create them all individually, like 1 miner at a time, it's a bunch of transactions. So it's nice to do it in a mining ladder. Just makes that simpler.
Question: if you want to do 1 max miner every day, you can't use that ladder though, right?
Nah, nope. Then you just have to put time in between.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm gonna make a video later this week. on it just to help explain it, you know, for Lotus or whatever.
Yep. Oh yeah, 26th, 7 days. You excited?
Yeah, man, I am excited. You know, I never thought that I'd be here right now, right? Our first conversation in the mastermind, you know, or when you just,
Oh yeah.
you know, wow, life is taking some incredible paths and journeys for everybody. It's exciting. You know, the audits are done, pretty much done. I mean, they're just like, the auditors are complimenting the devs, you know, just like these guys are bang up, you know, and but I'll probably post them. I'll put the GitHub link on the white Gitbook, you know, white paper, maybe Monday or whenever we get official. And yeah, we're just gonna be testing the hell out of it, testing that this week more to make sure everything's legit. And if it is, we're rock solid for the 26th. I'll tell you what, if there's one thing that's not, I'm gonna pull it back. I'm not scared. I'm not shameless to pull it back because we're not gonna F it up. And but everything is looking solid right now. You know, I just want people to know that because, but yeah, we're on track, man. I mean, we're on track. Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
I mean,
We need
building
everyone.
on top of Titanx.
There's 7 days of nothing to do but talk about Lotus. So others who are not in Titanx can say, hey, you know what? Hey, this looks good.
You know, I'm having stupid issues with my truck and like it can't get fixed till like Thursday. So I'm just like gonna be at the house all day, all night, and just freaking just testing and making. I mean, it's gonna be like in my cave, dude. You know, so I'm excited.
Sounds like every day for me.
I know. It's like, oh, we're doing this. And it's like, nah, you're not done. Steve's got 8 pillars and the Nexus wheel coming out on top of it, you know.
But this is good to know now, because at the start you were constantly talking about Zara, and now I know it's Steve's brainchild.
Oh,
That makes sense.
Yeah, Zara. Oh, yeah. Question for you, Jake, and everyone. Okay, so the Tink is one of the pillars of the Vault pillars. Right now, it's called yield.win. I got the domain, but I'm not convinced about the name. So you got any better ideas for a name, or anyone else? Maybe I should do a competition, but any better name for that pillar for Tink? Like something in the farm.
Yeah, yield definitely does not make sense.
Yeah, it's not great.
Because it's not yielding.
Totem? Shiz? I'm just messing with you. I know you love your totems, man. We're gonna get with token out there one day.
I'm going to AI.
Maybe Spark.
Was that? I thought grow. I thought grow
Spark.
could be it. Or it could be something like Farmer Giles, something really silly. You know, Giles.
Yeah.
You know, Giles.
Oh, that could be
Eric.
something.
Yeah.
Eric, man, use Eric.
Oh man, could I really use Eric?
Yes, use
Can
Eric.
I use
man.
Eric?
Hey,
Eric.win.
he's a celebrity, man. What are you talking about? Yeah, definitely. Oh, everyone's gonna jump on that.
Can I really? You think I should ask him?
Farmer
Yeah.
Eric.
Decentralized.
Seriously, you like Eric?
Oh man, everybody loves that.
You like Eric?
Hey, Eric gave rise to Titanx, man. Listen, man, Titanx was dead, man, until Eric came out and started screaming.
No, we all like Eric. I'm just thinking Eric.win for Tink.
It's perfect, man. That's his creation. You know, he loves Tink, and he did pay. You can probably get like 5 Gs for that. Did he say he's gonna pay for someone? But it doesn't burn, so it doesn't matter. Eric is a good one, man. I mean, I'm a comedian, so you know, I'm looking at it from that perspective.
Tink's a little bit different than the other ones. Actually, it's just one big burn of Tink, like 20% burn of Tink.
Do the input tokens get burned on the other ones?
Yeah, they do. It's 5% burn. Oh, 10%. 10% burn. 10% burn.
Oh fuck yeah, it's good.
You
could call it crop, seed.
Oh,
People got Vine, FarmX, Harvest. That's pretty
Farm
cool.
is too close to Titan Farms.
Yeah, I'm just throwing out names from the chat that people are putting out.
I like seed.
Okay.
Pause.
Exactly. I love how you said it so serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, something to think about.
Eric, I think, especially since Tink is different, Eric becomes a meme, right? And
No.
Eric is very memeable anyway.
The website.
And so it actually, especially also because Eric has been a sort of a target for a lot of negativity, and so it becomes like a shield, right? And so I actually like it a lot, and I think it makes it special. It makes it different. It's already different, and so I sort of like it. And the fact that it's potentially controversial is good. It's a meme.
I like
cool.
that. I like it.
I like it.
50-50 on it.
Bad Sports said crop. I thought that was pretty cool. Tractor, one guy said, forever grind crypto. That's pretty funny.
Guys, so Eric with a C, Eric.win with a C is taken, but Eric. With a K. How do we spell Eric?
That's
With
with
a
a
K.
K. I think
It's with a K. It's available.
Yeah.
So let's see if I can buy this before like
Destiny.
1,130 people buy this.
I'm not sure if I like it though, because like maybe is
Oh,
Eric
really?
the farmer's name? Because like for example, you have Trader Joe's on Avalanche. I think it's Avalanche. Like the Joe is kind of like generic name. It needs to be like a farmer's name.
Yeah,
Like-
but
Yeah.
just think about Eric. Like think about Abe Lincoln farming.
Yeah,
Like-
there's a lot there, man. Hey, man.
Becomes a farmer because honestly,
Hey,
in
actually,
today's
what? Just call it Abe, Farmer Abe, and then use the Abraham Lincoln kind of like image, etc.
It
And everybody
works.
knows it's Eric.
Oh, man,
I
that's
like
close.
that.
Yeah, that's close.
I actually like that. That's
Yeah.
good. Abe. Like
oh
that.
man.
No,
Farmer.
It's
that's-
also fun to say.
Farmer Abe. I like that.
Yeah.
He does have the Abe Lincoln look for sure, dude. It's
Oh,
hilarious.
I showed my girlfriend. He's like, that's just Abe Lincoln right there.
Okay, this one's quite expensive. Like, well, it's $300. So, are we set on this one?
Oh,
Abe.
man.
Abe.win. It's fun. I've already bought Eric, so I can use that. But
You bought Eric?
I just bought Eric.
We can do we can do a poll on
I'm buying Abe too. This is fantastic idea.
Yeah.
It's
we can do a
expensive
Twitter
though.
poll to see what
Abe is good.
yeah.
Abe is
I'm
good.
buying
I like
it.
it. It's also fun to say. Like when you say Abe, that kind of has a vibe to it.
Yeah.
My dog's name is Lincoln. It's hilarious. Named after Abraham Lincoln. Lincoln.
Oh, it's a good coin name, isn't it? ABE. It looks good on Deck Screener.
Mm-hmm.
That is hilarious.
And then
Hey,
all of a sudden, the Tink vault becomes hot because Tink has always been it's Tink. It's cool, but it's not hot. But Abe is hot.
Yeah. True.
You're spelling Abe, ABE. Is that right?
Yep.
Oh, I just got it. I've got Abe and Eric. So, good one, guys. Abe is hilarious. Everyone knows that's going to be Eric.
It's fun.
maybe put it out there for a poll, too, between the two, or ask Eric.
That's like an inception, the dream inside the dream. Because instead of using Eric, you just go Abe, where you have to be in the dream to know what it means.
Yeah. Afford the domain Eric to Abe. so to use it.
That's hilarious. Oh my god. Picking names for coins on Stream Live. Get ready, ladies and gentlemen, for the pillars. It's hilarious.
That's great. Oh, I'm really happy about that. That's cool. Oh man, the front end's gonna be hilarious. With my design, I could have pictures of Abraham Lincoln on either side, farming with farmers.
I think there's even some double meaning there. Wasn't Abraham the president that like killed slavery essentially? If I remember correctly?
There you go.
So it's like an inception because now he's in the field. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, he was killed and assassinated. I actually been to his house, and we can go to his house in Washington, D.C., where he died and stuff, and like see his bedroom and everything, where they took him after the theater and everything. So it's pretty cool.
From the digital side, maybe Abe is the creator of this whole entire thing. You know, if you think of Abe as a digital being, he's the man of creating the whole thing. You know, the real Abe Lincoln come back as a digital being.
He'd appreciate that.
Maybe that's that. Yeah, there's a lot there. And I would do the coin name ABE, and then the name on DexKing should be Farmer Abe.
The number on Tink website is the number that represents the whole entire ecosystem. The liquidity, you know. I like looking at that number go up.
Oh, just cryptographics, call it Farmer A, but just use Eric's face. Yeah, there's a lot there. It's gonna be it could be really popular. That yeah,
it's memeable till all day long on that one. It's funny.
And Eric will be really happy because we're burning Tink, a lot of Tink.
Think about that.
Yeah.
No, because Viper doesn't burn.
Does Viper burn?
Viper.
It doesn't burn. It burns Viper, but it doesn't burn DragonX. So
it does. It does because when DragonX is put into it, it burns some DragonX and burns some Vault right then. 5% of DragonX and 5% of Vault, and then puts some into Liquidity too.
Oh, so but that's just not on the thing. That's just information.
It's not on the Nexus wheel, but it's in the white paper.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Hey, well, there you go.
But Tink can be a bit different because it's just going to be this straight massive burn of Tink.
Okay.
Tink can be a little bit different.
20% is a good number.
Yeah. Yeah, we just burn straight 20%. No need for a Genesis. Just.
Are you open to doing another pillar?
Now that shit.
Absolutely.
This goes at 15 Gs.
Yeah.
I think he said.
What idea do you have?
15 Gs for that. No, I want my cut.
Well, a Shogun. I want Shogun to have a pillar.
But I'll definitely do Shogun, but it'll be after, won't it? Be after.
Yeah, after.
But that's okay because we can still add things to the wheel because my devs have already done that. Yeah, so he's already. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So we can add that to the wheel.
Hey, I've been working on Shogun. That thing's going to be a fucking monster, dude.
So what is Shogun going to be?
So, fucking hell. So I've been working on a game theory. So it'll be a combination between a couple things with some improvements made on it. It'll be essentially a combination of Vault element 280 with liquidity web, and it will likely have a tax of 2.8%, where half gets burned and half feeds to Vault. Ooh. So the perpetual auctions will come from tax as well. That's where I'm at now. I'm trying to innovate the minting mechanics. It will be a longer minting phase of 28 days. That's kind of what I'm at now. But then also the buy and burn will be set up very similar to Element 280, where it will route through all the tokens separately, and it will just split. So I'm excited to see how it works out. But it's essentially a hyper-deflationary, self-reinforcing token built on top of the ecosystem. And it can have infinite liquidity pairs.
I love it already.
These contracts are starting to sound like weapons manufacturing.
Yeah.
Hey, Shogun is going to be a weapon.
This is DeFi 3.0. There's nothing like this anywhere in crypto. I mean,
yeah, and I'm gonna do your thing with the liquidity because I loved how you did liquidity for Vault. So expect a massive liquidity pair with Vault because you gave the idea, so you're getting a fuck ton of Vault locked up there.
Oh man, thank you. That is massive for Vault. That's massive. Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's awesome, dude.
Oh yeah, man.
So do you mean that like 8% of what comes into Shogun goes to liquidity, or some percentage like that goes to the yeah, that's brilliant.
Correct.
That was so beautiful. It's this automated liquidity builder that I've never seen anything like that, and it is so simple, but it just requires the intentionality to like put the asset to liquidity. It's so beautiful.
BSC chain, finance smart chain, a lot of that going on.
There's not much value goes into it, but it goes a long way.
I mean, even before Titan Farms, Volt had $5 million in liquidity.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
One of the reasons for that was the chart was low for 4 days and then exploded. So
So yeah, you got to load
So,
up.
yeah, I got a massive, almost of kind of, I mean, it was still getting nice and thick. Even then, I was really getting really happy. But when the pot chart exploded, so did the liquidity. Yeah,
That's a good point. Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
is that well? Yeah. It's still me because I'm thinking for like Viper, you won't have that situation, but you'll still get a lot. But the reason you don't have that situation is because you're getting there should be so much adoption right off the beginning, you know. So there should be a lot no matter what. The Volt didn't have the adoption because there was the uncertainty, right? But so you got the low price, which means you got a lot of tokens. If everyone was so sure, you would have gotten, it wouldn't have had a low price, but then you would still get a lot of tokens. So I guess either way.
Yeah, I remember that 4 day. I remember this distribution phase really clearly because I was monitoring it very closely, and the break-even price, it stayed there for almost 4 days, and I was really happy because I thought, wow, the treasure vault is going to be filled up really quickly because no value is being lost here because it's no one's losing because if people wanted to sell, we could sell break even, but the buy and burn was buying at cost, just above cost. So there was so little value leak in the first 5 days because it was all cost. And then you could see it right now, it's almost still at cost, even though it's gone up I don't know how much, a lot. It's still almost at cost every day. The input. It's very interesting that when you map the cost and the buy and burn and how much value is being leaked, because not much value is being leaked.
Titanx
100%.
Titanx deflationary has something to do with that too. The value of Titanx is going up to help with that.
Yeah, it's interesting that. Yeah, it's very interesting because today the amount that came into Volt was more than the buy and burn, so the buy and burn increased. It's kind of interesting.
Wow.
Volt is a sick idea because I've been watching closely how the auctions close out, and Volt is a unique combination of an auction system where you can actually support the chart because if the price goes up, the auction goes up with it. So it just closes at market cost. So that was very interesting because I was participating like the first 5 days of Volt because I was like, okay, 10 days, I'm going to DCAN over 10 days because that's distribution period. But do you remember? I think it was day 5 or day 6. Did the price go up first and then the auction followed?
Yeah,
how did that happen?
That was really interesting. Yeah, what happened then is there was so many people wanting to come into Volt on day 5 and the price was low. It went -10, went negative, and you could see like people wanted to come in, but they were too concerned with the ROI. I actually went in, even though it was negative, because I saw the long distance. I thought, the price has, and after that, I thought the price has to go up because it's just going to drive up because the auction went negative because the demand was so high and the price was so low. People started just buying on market because to try and get more Volt. So
and that fed the loop.
It's a launch with no leakage. When things launch, there's an advantage to take because there's inefficiencies. This had nothing, no gaps, no leakage. You just have to play, and that's different. Coming from where we're coming from, that's different, right? That's a different experience of a launch. So, yeah, it was just like by the 4th day, you knew that this is only gonna go good. Like you knew that, okay, I want to get in, basically. So that's why day 5 is just like, okay.
It's massive that Titanx is going deflationary right now too, and Volt. It's just like this perfect timing thing. Yeah, Jake, you think is Titanx going deflationary faster than you thought it would now? I'm just curious to get your opinion on that.
It's roughly around the time period.
Yeah.
Day 369 was always like designed to be the period. But that also depends on the launch phase because it also depends on when people stop mining. So they stop mining around like day 90-ish. So that's determined day 369. But day 369 was always supposed to be a very pivotal moment in general in Titanx. Because like 369 is also interesting.
Yo, that's interesting. Because ETH is not up, so it's like nobody wants to hold that shit. So right. So
I swapped all my ETH for Titanx, hands down. I don't hold anything,
Same.
but yeah, I mean, it's like fluctuated between like 2350 and 2700 for like months now. A couple of 2 or 3 months.
Be doing this at this time. When I envisioned 369, oh man, it's gonna be fucking 10 G's, man. Like the mentality of where it's at right now is not what. Well, it's the world though. It's not even ETH. It's the world. That's the way the world is right now. So, but hey, hold ETH now. So everyone's gonna be buying on 369. Hey, that's fucking rhymes. Everyone's gonna be buying on 369. If it's at the very least, buy Titanx.
The deflation of Titanx, because when Vault was launched, it was at 62, and now it's at 45. Is that quicker than you imagined it would go because all these protocols released?
Wait, see, you mean the liquid supply?
Yeah.
Nah, the building, I had no fucking idea. Jesus Christ, that just exploded. So nah. Just like general deflation, yes. But now with these protocols, like the burn rate of all the protocols is way higher than the buy and burn could ever do. So like it's all replaced. Like the buy and burn doesn't matter anymore at this point.
Is there a stat on how much liquid Titanx is coming out of stakes on 370? Like that'll be like actually now more on the market because there are those who staked right after 369. Is there like anyone ever look at that?
Yeah, it's on Premium Titanx Hub.
Oh, okay.
You want to
share that great stat?
Oh yeah, for sure. So the way I look at inflation is not necessarily stakes coming out; it's just miners being claimed because they staked because they created the supply, so it's already in existence. So it's already priced into the market essentially. So I'm not that worried about stake supply.
Yeah, it's going to be a rush to see who's going to get the first buy once that payment goes out.
Yeah, because it's $3 million injected into protocols, because Helios and Dragonex, and then you have $3 million injected into users. So what will they do? They can only do positive things with that $3 million. Yeah. They can't hurt Titanx by doing it.
Nope. It can only go good.
Yep.
It's like 20 projects now going to be, if the other ones launch together, something like that, 22, something. It's insane.
Yeah, Steve. Steve's here like, yeah, what if you just do 8? Why not 8? He's like,
oh man, the mad scientist. That's we should make a meme token for Steve. Just mad scientist Steve, I've been thinking about that.
Yeah.
Just looking.
Oh, it would be so perfect if the vault on. It would be so perfect if the vault on Shogun launched after the distribution period, so on day 28. That would be perfection. Because then you have a deflationary thing built on top of Shogun, which is deflationary. So, Steve, you alive?
You're talking about November? Are you talking about November?
Maybe it depends. I'm still working through all the game theory, but the building shouldn't.
Is this? I mean, it's either this month, which is like right around the corner. Like.
Oh no! I mean, so I'm kind of designing Shogun to have a 28-day launch distribution. So its vault had 10 days. The pillars have 8 days. Yeah. I want this to be a little bit longer to suck in as much Titanx as possible. And then it would be awesome if it launched when Shogun had its distribution event. So the 28 days are over, and then the vault on Shogun launches.
Okay. Oh, when you said distribution event, I thought you meant 369 because we were talking about 369. Yeah, that's what you're talking about.
Just you're saying the vault wheel to launch after the 28 days, right after.
Yeah.
No, the pillar built on top of Shogun.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, I gotcha. So
that would be sick.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely do it. 100%. That's so easy because 28 days is. I could, yeah. Okay, I'll design it right now. Let's pick a name.
Wait, not. Wait, one second.
It's like Blade. The name is Blade, man.
What
Blade. That's actually a good name.
Yeah,
I
Blade.
like that.
It's good.
Blade.
I like that.
You could call it Kaizen. I like that.
Sheldon.
Spell that. What's that?
Blade?
Izen.
Well, I have it here on my shoulder. Kaizen.
How do you spell
This
that?
is logo. I posted it in the chat.
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's good enough.
Kaizen or Shogun?
Do you think Kaizen
Man, I'm gonna
is better than
maybe.
than Blade?
I think
Blade
people
is
are going to have
pretty
a
good
hard time spelling Kaizen.
Blade is
Yeah.
pretty
You
relatable.
know, I like it's sick. I mean,
So you got the tattoo of Kaizen right here.
Yeah, it stands for continuous never-ending improvement.
Nice.
It's a life philosophy of Japanese, and it's a big business philosophy over there.
Okay,
Kaizen,
Kaizen's expensive, so you gotta make this decision.
No. You don't need to buy it yet. We'll talk about the name because Kaizen
Okay.
is relatively hard to write. Like the average person has no idea how to write Kaizen. They'll
Yeah.
write it in
that's
so
what I was
many different
thinking.
ways.
I like Blade.
Chi. Someone's got chi.
Blade is like if you don't know the story though, like if you know maybe Jake has a lot more story to tell about Shogun, so then his choice of names is probably a lot more than just Blade. Blade is just like the automatic Blade, you know. So maybe there's more.
I don't even know if the name is going to be Shogun yet. I have other names in mind because I wanted Gematria to be locked in, but that was like the placeholder name that I have for it now. It might be that, but it's not set yet. But that could be sick because then people have like an event after the distribution. It's like 28 days. As everybody knows, like, holy shit, like I have 28 days to prepare for this. That could be like a fucking insane launch.
Oh yeah, that would be brilliant. It's like when Farms launched. I was really shocked that I was included. Well, Vault was included, but it launched the day after the distribution of Vault. So Vault distribution finished at 2 p.m. UTC. A couple of hours later, Farms launched. I was like, wow, this timing.
That wasn't even on purpose. That was zero on purpose because I was talking to them on the launch. Yeah. Oh, that's perfect. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I was like, wow, because my launch thing was just ended. I went put on Twitter and you were there with this farmer behind you. I was like, what is going on? And I was like, wow, Farms is coming out. And you know, I already knew that Vault was included because Eric messaged me. I was like, are you serious? I mean, are you really going to put Vault in? And yeah, so that was amazing. And what Farms did for the whole ecosystem is just just off the part. The liquidity that has come into Titanx whole system is just mind blowing.
And it's full. The full range is the thing that made it like the way Volt is going up. That's the full range liquidity, man. It's easy.
Yeah.
It's sick too because you got Johnny Papa Vegas's group, right, with Nathan, and now they were just farming certain things. Now they have like a farm, like legit, and they're just like alphaing it out to everybody on all the tokens and liquidity providing and doing all kinds of stuff. I just see that as a positive too, you know, for people just to learn how to make the right moves, right? Yeah, this is like an L1 inside of an L1 without actually needing a blockchain because we already have one function on. No need to build a freaking blockchain. So Mackenzie was right the other day. We need another blockchain like we need a hole in the head, you know? That's what I feel.
But it's true. It's true. I agree. Yeah. But the cool thing about a blockchain, I have it in my mind, but it would be built on Ethereum similar to how Base is built on Ethereum. And ideally, Titanx would be the token of the chain, so that by default everybody is built on Titanx. And it's not a choice, but it's a consequence of building on the chain.
Like the gas token on the chain, basically, in essence.
Yes. Yep.
Better hold your Titanx close, ladies and gentlemen.
I was going to say, you got to hold some Titanx. You really do. I mean, yeah.
Wow. I'm 70-30. I'm 70% in build on Titanx and 30% Titanx.
When Volt has 100,000 holders, then there'll be a chain. Because that's more than enough to make a difference. 100,000.
Yeah, 100,000 users.
Yeah.
Pretty epic. We got 1,500 viewers right now, guys, live.
You know, I was thinking about those like meme coins and stuff and how they have all these users. You know, honestly, that's not real, right? So what's the real number though? Like as far as in crypto, really? It's less than 10,000, I think.
I mean, actual people in crypto.
Yeah, like that actually, I mean, in crypto, no, but like say in Ethereum smart contract. Like the whole, you know, there has to be less than 10,000.
Nah, it's probably more, but it's not as much as people think. Because the people often look at Ethereum holders to get an idea of how many people are in crypto, but how many people hold Ethereum just on a centralized exchange or in Robinhood or whatever kind of mobile app?
You know what I look
like
at?
actual people on chain.
I look at like Dexprino, right? When they have on the buys and sells, I always look at how many buys and how many sells. Those numbers tell me how much people are actually doing anything. And those are always low, even on Ethereum itself. You know, so the actual number of people in DeFi is really low. And so if you can get it to like 20,000, oh my goodness, you're doing something. And 100,000 is like break the matrix type thing. And
that's a fair point.
Titanx has the contracts to get this done. Like all it has under the hood. It needs like Lotus and other things that are Viper, you know, they are attractive and easy to consume. So boom. We're you know, just a few months. And then the real numbers are show, because right now all these meme coins with their X amount of that's not real. Even if there were a lot of users in these meme coins, those people aren't actually valuable in a sense, you know, as far as to crypto, you know. These are like money flippers and stuff, you know. If they exist, I don't even know if they exist, you know, but the people who are valuable, that number is pretty low. Because the tools are not, or the front ends are not available. And the stuff that did come out that was decent, like Hex, of course, you know, that got beat down and there's issues there. Zen, I mean, all the things that I've tried to reach out is just not good enough. Now it's different though. Now I think with Titanx, we did the under the hood and we're starting to get to with Volt, we're starting to rise to the, you know, everyone, hey, look over here type thing. And then that's where we're at now. And I think give that a few more months and everyone's attention being paid to like, hey, everyone look over here and trying to be decent and inviting and all that. That's gonna work, man. Oh, I also want to throw a criticism about Telegram. When your Telegram gets big, you gotta try to clamp it down, man, because it's disruptive to see all that negativity when it's not necessary. And I think with Telegram, I came up with an idea today that sometimes it's maybe good to shut it down for a couple of days. You know, or shut it down for a couple of hours, right?
Maybe.
You know, and
it just exists as like maybe it exists as a down hole, because once you start shutting it down, people are gonna start thinking shit's wrong, and then panic is gonna set in.
No, if they know the reason is we just doing this because. Go buy.
Maybe Lotus should do it.
Go buy the token.
It's end time.
I think there will be a lot of
So what are you thinking? Lock it before launch, Jake? Is that what you're saying?
Oh no, he's no. I mean, I was just a joke.
I just mean
like meditation time and Lotus.
Yeah.
Lotus is launching during the conference. Did you like that idea? Is that a good idea?
Probably, yeah, because there's a lot of attention. Like everybody's going to be at their computer or near wherever they do crypto. It's going to be good for the launch.
I think so. Just to have another topic to talk about, right? Put something else on the table for us to just talk about, and God willing, it'll be just freaking epic, and it'll be fun.
I know what's going to happen on the stream. Everybody's going to be talking about serious topics, and then all of a sudden Lotus is going to launch, and we're all just going to start nerding out on Japanese waifus.
Yeah.
I know it.
Dude. Zara's going to be everywhere, dude. I'm just going to bring her in. I got like 1 million Zaras ready to roll.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the art is so good. I love it.
Thanks. Yeah. It's cool. Mike Dean's here. What's up, buddy? Just talking about your Titanx hub. He should be in bed. What's going on? You guys in the UK are staying up late.
I would like for Titanx Hub to have an automated way to sign up, because DM doesn't, can't do that. I don't want to talk to someone to sign up. I want to just do it. And so yeah, since Mike Dean's name came out, I want to just say that, throw that out there, because there's got to be a way to do that where I can just.
Yeah, I told him the same. I think the reason he's not doing it yet is because he needs to beef up the servers for Titanx for Premium because it's relatively intense. So I can't handle that many users yet.
Even from a security standpoint, it's insecure to ask someone to DM you to sign up to something. Like, that's suspicious off the bat. So I don't know.
Yeah. It would be good if it was automated. I agree.
Zara is going to be everyone's mistress, Mo says. What is Vault Gold, Steve?
Vault Gold is element 280. So input token. Yeah.
Let's talk about element 280.
Oh yeah.
Element 280 is sick. Like, there's not much talk about it on Twitter, at least from what I've seen on my end. But it's awesome. I love element 280. You just get the NFTs, you chill, you see the weekly distributions. The burning is insane. Like, roughly 20%-ish of the supply has been burned. It's burning all the ecosystem tokens.
That is amazing.
Mm-hmm. How old is it? I think it's less than a week old. Yeah, 7 days old. Already 20% of the supply gone. Most of the 777 NFTs have been burned. That's probably people arbitraging as well. But as they're arbitraging, they're feeding the existing NFTs. I think it's an interesting. I like element 280 a lot. I see the R-bots. When you look on chain, you see a lot of R-bots in between the pairs, even with this like 16% mint transfer fee.
Wow.
Yeah,
Are these R-bots people have built them for this purpose, like in space for a week?
If you go to the element 280 transactions and you click on the transactions, you'll see MEV bot contracts because it'll mark them on Etherscan as MEV bot ... and then it'll show the address. They're relatively large transactions. They're like $700, $1,500, $3,000. Like, they're big R bots.
Wow. This is when a bot is useful to the system, because
day 28 will be day 27, 28 will be element 280's biggest days. Because because that's what I'm thinking. Like, I'm enjoying Volt right now, so that's why I'm not in element 280. But when that time comes, when that's 27, 28 days, I think this is where now I'm gonna, not miss out, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, you're kind of missing out because the so every 7 days the NFT rewards pay out. The next payout is happening in 15 hours and 22 minutes, so it's every week at an interval, and it's $338,000. So if you wait 3 weeks,
I don't like the rewards. I want the deflation of the token. That's what I'm looking for. And I think there's going to be a lot of stuff being built for it. So after it's been distributed and it's not being created anymore, I want to have them. So the stuff that comes that starts burning it, then that's the gains I'm looking for. The rewards, I mean, I'm not.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Now, the thing with the rewards is the rewards in element 280. So by getting your NFT now and participating in the NFT payouts, you're essentially building your token position. Bigger than it could have been if you just joined the last day.
It's not bigger than Volt, though, and that's the issue. If it wasn't for Volt, that was a good argument. But, man, the way Volt is going up, there's nothing else you can possibly do that's going to be better than that.
Yeah, that's a good point. I like Luke. I like percentage. Like, I have a certain number of Titanx that I do in each project, and that's my playground with that.
Yeah, well,
so I'm always like ready to go into the next thing.
Yeah, motherfucker with limited funds I have. Yo, I was down to almost nothing, man, with crypto, because I said I'm not gonna stop building until it's done, and I was like, this much, nothing left, and I had a little bit, and man, I put it all in Volt, and now
I'm so happy to hear that. That is really cool. That's a good story.
I had Titanx coming out, but that's just food on the table, As far as like a bag, I didn't have that. It was done.
If I put $1,000 in, if someone put $1,000 in element 280, what would their APR be tomorrow?
I think it's roughly around 12-15%.
Oh, that's decent.
But if you were to sell it on the market, you would lose 16%, so roughly 10. Because like it's 16% tax during the mint phase. After the mint phase, it goes down to 4 and stays at 4. So it's realized 10%, I would say, roughly.
Yeah. I like element 280, or I will like it near the end of the minting cycle, just personally, because I'm going to buy them as gifts for family and friends, and so I see them as it's going to be very scarce supply, right?
Oh, very
I mean,
scarce. Mhm.
it's going to be so scarce.
Being burned right
And
now. Right.
exactly. And so it's like it's the scarcity is there, and then the high and the aggressive buy and burn and the arb dynamics are beautiful. And so I think what's going to happen is you're going to have a very scarce asset and passive income attached to it. And I really like that as a not just for me, but for people that I'm doing this for. It's very attractive, and people understand it. This idea of a token back NFT that you can transfer, and that is is beautiful. It's so great.
A lot of people are asking for that too.
Mm-hmm.
Your friend, sure. Who's Fox Mulder?
He's looking for an NFT. I'm just messing with you. You said for family and friends. So
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah. One thing that could have been done better on Element 280 was so you can take a token, turn it into you can take an NFT, burn it, turn it back into the tokens that are backing it, but you can't do the other way. I would love for it to be that you get the tokens, like for example, you earn the rewards, and then you take the tokens and you create an NFT with them, because that will lock up more supply. That's the only thing I'm missing. But Element 280 is clean, man.
Yeah, he's building more stuff. Wow, he's got some other cool stuff coming up.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to. I know he's got to have some cool stuff coming out. So
Yeah.
I said, miss out on an Element 280. I mean, at the very least, you got to get that. You got to get your stuff on those last couple of days. At the very least.
Jake will be happy to hear this. He's building with Utah. Is that?
But
nice.
you know what? Another thing is Titanx value is going to be up more. So also you might want to do it now in case you're working with US dollars. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't. I can relate because I'm using something that's going up. But if you're not, if you like Element 280, then so I'm gonna say more. Actually, I already said what I have to say.
Yeah, Utah getting after it, dude. That's all we can probably say about that. I can't wait for them to release the details.
So on Element 280, I know dude is going to be building Element 369, which is going to relate to Element 280, and Volt is building on it. Well, Volt is building on everything. So if you launch something, Volt is probably going to touch it. This is the cool thing, man. Like, even I'm 100% certain. So I just talked about Shogun. I'm going to get like 4 messages or 5. I hate the number 4. 5 messages of people being like, "Hey, I'm building on Shogun." Like, you don't even fucking know what it is yet.
Wow.
100%.
Oh man,
I think one of the questions I have is the question my brother who I've been sort of acclimating to Titanx ecosystem over the last few weeks after I helped him to get all of his shit coins out of shit coins and into Titanx. Now he's starting to study, and he's asking about Volt. His question is, and I had the answer, but the question is this not dilute? Like, how does all this building not dilute? And I have my answer, which is it goes back to burning the core asset, right? And it all is that. But I guess the question to, Steve, is what's the simple answer to how does all this, like all the pillars and everything? I see how it's generative. As opposed to extractive, but how would you describe it, to someone who's fresh to the ecosystem? How does this not dilute everything?
It's never been done. It's never been done in DeFi history, I think, and it's never been done on Titanx.
Another answer, is also because if there's no new users, it does dilute. Right. So the answer is you need new users for it to not dilute.
Okay, good. exactly.
Yeah, and it's, you know, it's more utility for the whole system. Everything that's built is more utility. I don't think.
Okay.
I don't,
Yes. Another simple answer for Vault is how does it not dilute Vault is because all the tokens buy Vault first. Right?
Yeah.
Especially with the Nexus. So it all feeds back into one. Yeah, because as people enter, let's say Bull, for example, Bull on Inferno, they go in with Inferno, the Inferno buys Vault via Inferno Vault. So it is internal, you could kind of call it internal buy pressure on Vault. And if one pair goes out of whack, like let's say, for example, $1 million comes into Bull, that $1 million buys turns Inferno to Vault. That is going to push that pair up high, which is going to force arbitrage bots to do it across all the pairs. So it's like an eightfold attack on Vault. It's fucking insane.
I think
Right,
arbitrage bot people are just gonna quit and just get Titanx. Like this bot stuff is just I can't do it no more.
I think the bots will innovate, but I think that I think that's that's what I sort of was saying is that it's all designed in this case to burn Vault, right? Which is this hyper deflationary thing. And so that's why, and because everything's bound in the web to Vault, then sort of it hyper deflates and elevates at the same time. It's beautiful.
When it gets way more expensive, it does stop going up so much. Kind of like Bitcoin. Bitcoin is harder to pump. So yeah, when Volt is like $100 per Volt, it's not gonna. It shouldn't. Not gonna is not a good way to say it, but it should level out. And other things, you know, I don't know. It's hard to explain, especially with Volt. But there is a point where there's enough. Like I said, there's not enough money in the world. That explains it. There's not enough money in the world for this system.
That's
so
optimistic.
at some point, it just, you know, you reach a capacity of how many people have how much, and then the system can accommodate it because that's the way it's designed. You know, the deflationary system, it has like Titanx doesn't have a cap. $100 of Titanx is possible, but then at some point, okay, how much people in the world can support that kind of type of value, considering everything else under it? So it's like saying, okay, let's just stop all this inflation all over the world and everybody gather around, kind of like that. There's not enough money in the world. That's evolved from, you know, not enough Titanx. Well, we already know that, not enough Titanx. Now we're looking at stuff like, oh, what's going to happen? Well, you know, there's not enough money because I'm going to put it all in. Everyone's going to end up putting it all in. And then they're going to be doing well. And another person's going to come along and say, okay, you're doing well. And when they look at what's going on, it's like, you don't have a reason not to do it. So that's how it goes.
You know, one crazy thing about Vault specifically, I look at the buy and burn balance every day, and it just feels like it's not going down. Has anybody noticed that?
Yeah, that is crazy, and it's not going down.
It's not really.
Even though the supply available to auction that day is going down.
That's the crazy part.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with the 8 pillars, they're also going to feed the treasure vault of Vault, right? Because a percentage of the Vault bought on market.
Exactly. Instead of burning Vault, it's going straight into the treasure vault,
which is in turn burning Vault. And this is a sick system, dude.
Yeah. Which the only way, which will burn Vault, but they're going to have to buy it from. It's back in the auction. So these 8 pillars are feeding Vault auction, which requires Titanx.
Man, yeah, I see it. Just with that alone, it's good. But then my brain starts glitching out when she starts talking about Nexus. I still kind of need to digest that one a little bit, but I get the idea. It's a cool idea. There's a lot going on, dude. Essentially, the Nexus. Oh yeah, Ouroboros.
So go ahead. Go ahead. What are you saying about the Nexus?
Yeah, with the Nexus, it's essentially like a Hydra buy and burn. where it's split in two pieces. So with Hydra, Titanx buys Dragonex, and then it's split into it goes into a different vault. Dragonex buys Hydra. Next is essentially the same in the first two steps, where let's use Bull. Inferno buys Vault, and then a Vault buys Bull, and then Bull buys Inferno. So it's not selling Vault down on the way out. Man, that's interesting.
It's not at all common.
Steve,
You have to think. I think of the value. I think of the value as like a field of like energy, and you just move that value around. And from doing that, you create motion in a sense. So when you say selling down, because now Titanx or Ethereum is not involved, so there's no selling going. There's really no selling going on. It's all just we're using the perceived value of this stuff, right? Because everything under Ethereum and Titanx is perceived value. So you're using the perceived value, switching it around. Everyone's having fun, and it pushes the ETH. Well, it pushes Titanx up because everything is on Titanx, and then Ether is like, oh, by the way, there's value. But the thing about Titanx is once you're in the doors, the only way out is through ETH, and ETH is like, no one who's doing that. You don't want the ETH. You just want some US dollars to go buy something. You're not getting ETH to hold, right? And because that's crazy. You getting Titanx. So, man. It's like,
but a Nexus 2, it's in some ways it's a bit of a stasis, but liquidity volume is just going to be big. It should be big.
Beats the box.
That's going to be interesting. When volume is high, that can have good effect on things because like motion's happening. So just what liquidity providers will see. Be interesting.
So all the pools are hard coded, right? The routes are hard coded essentially.
Yes, 3 pools.
Okay, exactly. So Inferno buys Vault, Vault buys Bull. Bull goes directly back into Inferno. It doesn't go Bull Vault Inferno. It just goes Bull Inferno. It doesn't go through Vault.
Nope.
So it actually Vault is the Bull. Ooh, yeah. Okay, now I get it. Okay, that's interesting because now it's not actually a sell on the Vault ratio.
Yeah, and it's always less. So the one that Bull to Inferno is always going to be less than Inferno to Vault to.
Because it's still taken out on the way.
Because 40% is taken out.
Man, it's the engine.
Yeah. Man, I'm so interested to see how this plays out, dude. Like, because now it's all like airy-fairy up in the air. Like once you see it on like the UIs and you see the values and you see them like circling around, and you look at the liquidity pools and you like compare them over time. Yeah, that's gonna be very interesting. Because now and also with these nexuses, you're also creating like these supply sinks. So, for example, on Bull on Inferno, because we've been talking about that one. So, Bull on Inferno, it's also essentially forever revolving door of Inferno that never leaves the circle. So it becomes a supply sink.
Yeah.
Like a liquidity lock.
While burning it. Yeah. Damn, that's sick. Okay, I like that.
And the holders will be more encouraged to participate too, because they're knowing that, okay, well, this is like locking it out.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I think
it's backed by Vault. Because it's all paired with Vault. So like all these pillars make each other strong. Man, you're giving me ideas for Shogun. Could I add a Nexus to Shogun?
Awesome. Awesome.
I think Marco might pop on for a second.
The president.
Yeah. Steve, when did you come up with the Nexus idea?
Marco's like a school.
It was a while. It was a while ago. Yeah. How did I come up with it? I can't remember. Yeah.
Hey, excuse me for a second, guys. My sound's about to die. I'm just gonna plug it in and cut my camera off for a second.
Can I ask you about can we just ask? Can I ask you this question, Jake? Can you talk a bit
Yeah.
about ORX?
I like the idea. So it's going to be massive for our ecosystem. It's essentially multi-collateral lending. So people will be able to, because lending platforms in general are massive in crypto. Like Liquidity on Ethereum is the biggest decentralized lending platform. Justin Sun took $1 billion loan there with his Ethereum. So the big whale players use them a lot. So the cool thing about Ouroboros is it's not just like the way Liquidity works is you can only go in with Ethereum and collateralize your Ethereum and lock up Ethereum to get your stablecoin. And then a stablecoin is debt collateralized, meaning that it can never lose peg because as it goes below peg, people can buy below peg, redeem it against the Ethereum, and essentially make an instant 5% profit or 10% profit because it's in the smart contract. Now, the different thing about Ouroboros is it will be multi-collateral lending. So whatever assets have adoption and staying power and thick liquidity are going to be in there. So it's going to be multi-collateral. So it's not just Titanx. It's going to be Titanx, DragonX, Volt, Hyper, Hydra, whatever. Just whatever has thick liquidity is going to be able to go into Ouroboros to be able to get lended against. And then the cool thing is, as people do that, so there's two kind of ways that these lending platforms get used. One is to sell without incurring a tax event because you're not actually selling the tokens. It's like sending to another wallet. It's locked. You get your stablecoin, and that stablecoin is technically not tax advice. But so there's two pools. So you have the ORX token and you have the protocol. So the protocol is going to have the USDX stablecoin. USDX is going to be paired with Ethereum, which is important. We're going to go over that in a bit. And then you have ORX Titanx, or Titanx ORX. ORX, essentially, the way it works is you go in with your Titanx. It's 100% buy and burn. So all of it goes into a buy and burn smart contract, which will be enabled as ORX token starts hitting the market. Because right now it's only what was created in the initial liquidity pool. It's going to drip out over time, and then people are going to be able to claim their ORX, and during that time, the buy and burn is going to start being enabled and user callable. But it's 100% buy and burn. You can claim your tokens. So there's essentially a vesting schedule. The longer you wait, the more of your tokens you can claim, but you can claim at any point. So it's not like a miner where you have to wait your claim period. It's the longer you go, the more of them you get. But if you go 20% in, you only get 10% of the tokens. But you might be able to make a profit if the market price is higher. So that's kind of how the token works. And then with the token, you're going to be able to stake it on the lending platform, which is likely going to launch in like the next 30-ish days, is what he told me, because he's going to do a public testnet, so everybody will be able to play around with it. But you're going to be able to stake it. So when you stake ORX, you'll be able to earn lending fees and borrowing fees. Well, lending fees, as people take loans, a percentage of that goes towards ORX takers, and you get paid out in the collateral assets, so Titanx, DragonX, and USDX. It's kind of like a passive income thing. So it's a deflationary token with 100% buy and burn that you can stake up in the platform to earn the fees that the platform generates. It locks up a bunch of things into lending, which takes them off market because it can be sold. And then when people get their USDX, since it's paired with Ethereum, they don't sell down the Titanx ecosystem. They just sell back down into Ethereum. And then the cool part is, the second way people use this is they use it as a kind of like degen play leverage. So they take a quick loan against their Titanx to participate in a new protocol, for example. They do 1,000% collateral, so the price needs to drop 90% for them to get liquidated. They use a little bit of that. So as they go into USDX, go into Ethereum, the only way that Ethereum can go back into the ecosystem is by buying Titanx. That's a benefit we get with the L1 separation. Because to go back into the ecosystem, the Ethereum needs to buy Titanx again. So we create a secondary form of buying. There's a lot. I like Ouroboros. People are having some interesting ideas around it because the developer is not doxed yet. Who knows if he will? He's like hinting at that he will in the future. He holds it like as one of the cards. But he did the audits. You can read the audits on the white paper. At the end of the day, we're trusting code. But the idea is cool. I like Ouroboros. I think the idea is sick.
Is there room in Titanx for another Liquidity, or is this? There is,
because this speaks to a different market because it's new code. It's never been done before, so it's written from scratch. They did a lot of improvements on Liquidity, but there's no proof that it will work yet. Like with these lending platforms, they need time in the market to show that they're bulletproof. Like, for example, Liquidity didn't really get used until after a year. So
that's my opinion of Ouroboros. When I saw it, I was like, oh, they're gonna have to prove this works before I'm even,
yeah.
Yeah.
100%. So if somebody comes out with a liquidity fork that is just straight Titanx, nothing else, that will be more trusted in general and quicker to be adopted if there's proof that, hey, this is the same code, just with a collateral change. That's it. So this speaks to different people. But if it works, Ouroboros is fucking sick. It's a massive addition to the ecosystem.
Yeah. On that topic, what other decentralized applications would you be excited to come into Titanx ecosystem? You know, like
so I look at it from like a vertical integration stack. So we own the token. We have the builds on the token, which is built on Titanx. We own the trading because all the trading happens in the liquidity that is owned by Titan Farms. So all the fees feed back into the ecosystem. So you own the volume, you own the trading, we own the token. It's a closed loop. And then the thing we don't own yet is the actual swap, the DEX.
Yeah, we don't have a DEX.
So what if you had a DEX that instead of the fees going to the Uniswap team, because there's a 0.25% interface fee on Uniswap. So I actually prefer using CowSwap because they don't have that interface fee. But sometimes Uniswap actually gets better deals, even including that 0.25%. So kind of see where you get the best deal.
Llama does too. Llama's pretty good.
Yep.
But what if that interface fee just bought and burned Titanx?
Yep.
Yeah.
What's up, Marco?
What's up, guys? What's going on, man? Yo, phenomenal past couple of hours. I'm like in my room like a little child, just hearing you guys excited, like phenomenal, guys. Like, and yo, shout out to CG, man. Yo, OG of OGs, bro. Shout out, it's good to be here with you and everybody else here. Steve, you're a madman. Jake, you know how I feel about you. Chaz, Rayman, we always talk. Man, like Lotus is gonna be powerful, man. It's gonna be powerful. Volt is already powerful and stuff like that. And then Jake, when you just started talking about Shogun, I was like yelling at my screen. I'm like, shut up, because if Steve looks at his TG last night around 1 to like 1:30, I just started blasting his Telegram with messages like Steve, I got two ideas. One is to build all the 8 pillars. This is how I want to do it. And the other one, I want to build on Lotus, Volt, and E280. I want to burn all 3. And here's my idea. So I shared them. I sent both of them to him. And then last night till this morning, I was making like the flow chart for it to share it with him. And then I want to share it with you, Jake, after, like, whenever you're free, to see what you think. And I was like, like, shut up. Like, you're just talking about like a lot of good things. Like, shut up. It's just incredible, guys. It's blessings, right? Like, we're able to build on this, and when one person speaks, different ideas start to spark, and you don't think about DeFi 1.0 anymore. Like, I'm looking at the world of 2.0, the way we're doing things now, and I love that everything we're interacting going forward is more smart contract, not human interactions anymore. I want to deal with machines and machines only going forward, and that's it, right? And Volt showed that that's a step taking in the future. When it comes to burns, when it comes to automations, when it comes to liquidity being built over time, everything. I love the mindset of being free. So especially when I see like CG's videos on Twitter, I laugh because I feel like I'm escaping the matrix. I feel like I'm grabbing my plug behind my head and I'm disconnecting for a little bit, and I let the mind wander, and I let the thoughts wander, and then to see what's possible out there, right? And then I reconnect and I hear all you guys speak, and I hear everybody else speak and what they're building. And how can you not sit here and smile and laugh, right? It's incredible what you guys are building. It's incredible what you guys achieved so far. Then you have a madman like Steve that wants to build like 30 more things every minute. It's like, holy shit. It's like we don't have enough of anything. I don't have enough time. Forget about Titanx. It's just beautiful, man, guys. Like, it's beautiful to be here. It's beautiful to be part of this. And I always told myself, like, I never wanted it to be a builder. I never wanted it to do any of this. And there's about 3 protocols I'm really thinking about doing. 2 of them I really thought about last night. Yeah, there's 3. One I'm working with a few people that we're just gotta, get our minds together to do it. And there's 2 that I literally just thought about all week of by myself. And last night it finally came together, and then that's when I started like bombarding Steve with his messages, like, what do you think of this? What do you think of this? And of course I know Steve is beyond busy. So of course we all got to wait online just to hear his mindset, but man, it's just like, holy shit. Like, how can I not want to put my fingerprint on something, right? and try this and be part of history and be part of something. So it's beautiful, man. And and after hearing Lotus the past week and then today, and since last night I was thinking about it, I was going over the white paper to prepare for the stream. I thought about like, holy shit, I want to burn this thing, and because if I burn this, it does it's like a trickle down effect. It helps other protocols, And then when I saw how E280 came out and how phenomenal it is, oh my god, I love to E280 is DeFi 2.0 when it comes to NFTs. Like, it's brilliant, right? And the scarcity of it, I don't think people realize how much this shit is burning behind the scenes. It's just incredible, man. I want to be part of it. So
do it, man.
Yeah.
Follow that passion. Jake, how do you feel, when you hear something like that from Marco about you being the founder and the start of what's evolved to where we're sitting here right now? I mean, what goes through your mind? I mean, you're emotionally.
I don't know. It's like the first place my mind goes to is like, I want to know what it is because I want to participate. Because I'm not getting any free shit. So I'm like, tell me the alpha, I need to position.
Correct.
Just like anybody else does. So
there's no handouts.
There's
no handouts here.
We're here because you started this though. So that's the brass tacks. You know what I mean?
I actually don't like thinking about that much.
And plus it started
and that's okay. And that's okay. But I just wanted to shout out indirectly, and I knew you probably wouldn't answer that, but that you
I feel good.
it. Yeah.
But the main thing I'm focused on is like, how do I position? Because I want to be part of all this good shit,
Yeah.
And what I love about what you did, Jake, and nobody gives you credit for, is that you stuck by your guns and you made sure what you built and what you done, you make sure the three-letter agency stays away from us, right?
Oh,
and
yeah.
And I love that, right? And I love how you're so strict on what you built and how you do things. And you lay down the basic formula that anybody could come pick up and learn. And it prevents them from getting under these, these agency eyes and stuff like that, right? Because you're trying to build pure. And we're making sure no sacks, no handouts, no VCs, no insider trading, none of this stuff, right? Now it's just you. Forget about you and me, or me and you and the founder. It's you and just straight the machine, the code now, going forward. It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. And I feel extremely safe playing with this,
Yes. AI, you're muted because I hear you talking because you don't mute. All right, there he is.
To the agencies. You can hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yeah, to the agencies, we all look broke. We don't have no money.
Yeah, we don't. I'm nothing in the bank.
Yeah, we don't have no money. So they're not interested in it.
Yeah.
And nobody's losing anything.
Yep.
So they're definitely not interested.
And we're not harming anyone either, like other ecosystems.
That's the key, what you just said, man.
Yeah.
To get harm in this, you really got to be really stupid. Like, you really got to make a tremendous amount of mistakes. Like, this could be the easiest protocol you could just join. I'm just talking about Titanx, guys, right? I'm not even talking about everything else. Titanx is very simple. Buy, sell, mint, or stake. That's it. It's just you and the code. That's it. It's the most simplest thing. You want to get a little bit more advanced, you play with a couple of more protocols. You want to get super advanced, you touch the rest. You want to get beyond advanced, you touch everything. And you don't have to, right? Thank God to E280 now, right? It's just, it's beautiful, man. And everything gets built. I noticed this. Everything over time gets built, and less human interaction and more machine interactions with every protocol coming out. And that's key,
Let me tell you who loses, though. There is loss, because we can't all gain.
Of course not.
The losers are the guys who are trying to not be fair, which is a lot of that. So you come into Titanx and you have intentions with go around being fair, or you're trying to build, those motherfuckers, they be losing. Because if you play fair, that's who's paying the price, is the unfair person.
Yeah.
Right? So especially, listen, the first 4 weeks of Titanx mining, oh my goodness. There's so much waste right there. As far as, I'm not going to call it loss, but there's so much value that could have been more efficiently used,
Mm-hmm.
So that's an example of, just in that alone, there's a lot of value that was just captured by, we're capturing it right now by doing the things that we're doing with these contracts.
Yeah. No,
But it's also
a great point.
It's also that loss of economic energy that
there you
created a problem.
Yes.
And Abe was the one who really identified it and fixed that hole. And so, so in a way, like that's why Titanx is so beautiful, because it incentivized builders, right? It put builders right at the center to solve these problems one at a time. Because I imagine, Jake, you knew, like, once you put it into the wild, who knows what's going to happen, right? But what you did know is that you had to incentivize builders to keep on building to improving.
Yeah. Look at Titanx, right? When Titanx first came out, right? What was the two flaws of Titanx, right? One was the T rank. It was way too much in the beginning, right? And two was, how do you prevent people from taking the ETH out of the ecosystem and spending it everywhere else, right? So Jake solved the first one when he made Hyper, right? He reduced the ranking system itself, so that's an improvement, right? Eric came around and made DragonX. That solved it, right? So every build that we do, or everything we do, is almost like we're plunging the hose that are left on the previous protocols behind us, you know? And over time, we're improving, we're learning, you know? It's phenomenal. Then you look at Hyper, and then look at what Hydra did, right? And then you look at Blaze, and then you look at what Volt did, right? It's like the next evolution of the previous protocol. It's great, man.
The Titanx launch was perfect, though. There wasn't a problem with the mint share or anything. It actually worked the way it's supposed to work, and it secured a lot of value that's now in the staking rewards. So it actually worked perfect. Hyper, you know, as far as what it's supposed to do, works good too. The only solution that was ever need to be made was the thing that Eric did. That was the only problem that came along. Well, I don't even call it a problem, but it is a problem. And the thing that he did, that's the DragonX. That's the first solution that ever exists. Yep. Everything else was perfect before that. Until the staking thing. So, Abe.
I love it because we all love to give Eric shit, and we all love him at the same time. You know, Eric is so unique. You know, he's so unique. You know, and I'm thankful to have him a part of the team and part of Titanx and everything else. And just look at the farms, right? Like, it's incredible what everybody's building and what they've done. All the roles that everybody played. Mm-hmm. And it's funny because I noticed everything gets hate in Titanx, right? Like, there's always this protocol that comes out, it gets hated, and then people finally love it later on.
Farms is another save the day, because listen, DragonX saved the staking rewards, and Farms saved the liquidity thing, because the liquidity is a big deal. As far as if we only had single side liquidity, we would be still down a little bit. We'd still be down. Yeah, we're up more now because of Farms came in and took a lot of liquidity and made it full range.
That's correct.
Right? Yep. So that's another problem solver right there. That's Abe.
Yep. Honest Abe. That's so funny. Yeah,
that's the did you hear us talking about that?
That was a given. We always call him a farmer, you know. He looks like Abe, and we always called him what those people called the Amish people, right?
Mennonites.
We always call him Amish. I always looked at him. I always thought he's Amish. I think that's you pronounce it correctly, you know. So I always look at him. I'm like, yeah, this guy is just so funny. He looks like he's like Amish or whatever you call it, you know.
But so I was talking about Steve, so I think I already bought Abe.win or something for the Abe pillar. It's part
he
of
bought everything. You saw all the names he was buying. He's just clicking out all the names, just buying.
Don't buy IO
it's
yet.
a good idea. With 1,000 people watching, I thought, let's just get it.
Just in case, right? Yeah. No, I get it. Call your credit card company later and just cancel it, you know? That's so funny.
We got like 1,795 live right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Incredible.
I've been taking some
Lotus October 26th. Throw that out there. There's got 5 people who just came on the launch that wasn't going to come on.
Lotus launching October 26th.
Yeah,
that's correct.
Right. Yeah.
And Lotus is cool. Lotus, to me, it seems like yin and yang against Viper, right? Because Viper, it's very masculine. The name, the effect of it, what it tends to do is it tends to just remove the big king, the DragonX, right? The Lotus comes around, it looks so friendly, it looks so nice and stuff like a woman, right? But they don't realize deep down inside it's very fierce. Piss off that woman, you're gonna see hell, right? And Lotus behind the scenes is a raging fucking buy and burn. It's very deflationary, very aggressive behind the scenes. So it's very deceiving what Rayman did, making it all pretty and looking like a lady and all that stuff. Well, that shit's the devil behind the scenes because it's going to do work and it's going to do a lot of work behind the scenes. So I like it, man. It's very deceiving.
Appreciate that.
Deceiving. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's inspired off of Titanx and mining, you know, obviously,
Yes.
but it's based off the time, right? What we
Yeah.
have left,
Yeah.
where the bull is, and what we're planning
Yeah.
to do, and what everybody's planning to do. So, I mean, it's
Trying.
just the massive, deflationary aspect of the mining and the cost per tokens going up is
Yeah.
something. So I'm hoping like a natural cap is going to happen like in 30 to 60 days, where you won't, or maybe you will mine, right? Based off the Nexus and all that Steve's got going on and everything else. So that's like the primary focus of the whole Titanx ethos is this hyperdeflationism, and we can just keep on grinding that down to nothing, you know, toward the assets are, you know,
would be cool for
still
Lotus
being participated in and valuable.
For Lotus,
Go
it'd
ahead.
be cool to have a female builder launch Kitten on Lotus or something like that.
Steve,
I was thinking about having like
that would work and be successful, and guaranteed other female builders would fall in line. You know,
I know we need some. Yeah, I mean that's what I mean. I didn't necessarily do it to attract, you know, female builders or to attract men to an attractive woman, right? I just felt like the ecosystem needed something just beautiful in essence, you know, and in the art world and art can create, you know. So
we should have.
You know what's gonna happen? You know what's gonna happen since we're in crypto? People like fall in love with Zora, and then all of a sudden you're gonna see an extra pair. And there's gonna be a pair of tits. Just Zora tits. That token is gonna exist. You know, crypto is degenerate as fuck.
Some of the comments,
man, burn it all.
I'm like, ban. Is the
That's a meme coin coming out.
Yeah,
already being made right now. This
Steve, you're probably coding it as we speak. I wouldn't even imagine. Yeah, nah, but
Jake,
it's
can you
cool.
talk on how Hydra is doing compared to your expectations?
Passport just said, "Ready, we'll do a tits coin." Hey, more boobs. Ain't nobody complaining about that, you know.
You can do different tiers, you know, different breast sizes, you know.
Hydra is going perfectly. So Hydra is currently. Wait a second. Hydra is currently 32 days old. What the fuck is he doing over there?
No, he's cooking behind the scenes.
I love it, dude. I love it.
He just muted. So Hydra is currently 32 days old, and if you have a miner coming out today, it's 83% in the profit. Now, the thing that you need to know about that profit is that's priced in Titanx. In that same period of time, Titanx has done almost a 70% extra. So you're actually making 80 plus 70%, which is close to a 2x in 33 days. So Hydra is doing exactly what it's designed to do, and is doing it beautifully. Hydra is not chart. The chart will come after the initial first mining wave, but right now the thing is just it needs to track mining ROI smoothly so people can compound. And it's just doing what it needs to do because it's supporting DragonX. It's supporting Titanx, it's burning Titanx, it's burning DragonX, it's supporting its miners. Everybody's nicely in profit, they can nicely compound. It's very smooth. Hyper was more jagged. Hydra is very smooth. So Hydra is actually doing perfectly. I think the big unlock that people need to have at Hydra is its price in Titanx. So in USD value, if you only see 70% ROI, but you started your miner at the start or like in the first week or whatever, or second week, that you could basically just double it. Because Titanx basically just doubled in that period. So in US, you're basically up twice as much as whatever the ROI shows. It's kind of interesting.
That's why I wanted to ask you, Jake, on the UI on Hydra, if there's a way to show when the user entered DragonX that day, entered Hydra that day, if you could show the amount of the value of the Titanx was entered at that day, right? Because like you said, the ROI, it is deceiving, right? Because some people think they're down and they're not really down, right? Like to really look at how high you are, you really got to go to DBank, look at the transaction that day you made, how much Titanx you used, and the value of that day compared to what it is now versus Hydra, you know? So a lot of people, they think they're down. You're not really down. You're still up, you know? They just got to do the math behind the scenes. So if the UI could do that, there's like a little toggle or, I don't know, something that just shows them like, you know, what it is. I think it'll be easier and people will feel better.
I have a way to do it, but it's relatively complex.
It's tricky. Yeah, it's tricky. Yeah, it's really tricky.
Very tricky.
Yeah. I was actually a friend of mine, like, how hard is it to do that? And he was like, yeah, it's just you're trying to grab literally 3 different prices in one and trying to show it. So I get it.
Yeah, and you need to fetch every price for every date. So if somebody has like 30 mines on 30 different dates, that's like 30 different API calls, and you get API restricted in between. Like, Yeah,
I get
it's jagged.
Yeah.
So
That's
maybe
what
there's
I
a way
had
to
to
figure
do.
it out.
I had to go to DBank and then look at all my mints for Hydra and then like do the math and be like, oh, okay, actually this is the right ROI I'm in, you know? So and
Oh
only
yeah,
that, like
nobody is actually down on Hydra.
Yeah.
Because the miner ROI is tracking beautifully. Even if you have a miner coming out today, you're up 80%, which is roughly a 2x if you include Titanx price performance.
Yeah.
And you can take your Hydra, you can either sell it at compound or you can go into the farms. Because the Titan farms is also one of the highest APR farms. So let's look at the Hydra one.
It's incredible how fast that thing just took off the farms. Incredible.
Dragon X Hydra is 449% a
Beautiful,
year.
man. That's awesome.
Man,
That's awesome.
how can you hate this ecosystem? Like there has to be something like internally wrong for you to be like, oh nah.
I'm trying to figure it out, bro. You see me.
It's beautiful.
That's all it is. It's human instinct, and it's they don't have what they want on their other end of the spectrum.
Brother, it's just pride, man. At the end of the day, it's just one word. It's pride. People have pride, man. People they just won't let the pride go. They know this thing is awesome. They know this thing is so pure. They know that this thing is working. They know that people are building legitly, you know, and all this stuff. And just they refuse to let their pride go. And secondly, they're afraid what others think of them. Those two things are preventing people from seeing. Forget about the X's and profits and all that stuff. Just seeing a community thrive with DeFi 2.0. They're missing it all because of the two sins right there, right? Jealousy and envy and pride. You know,
the most beautiful part here is there's no.
You're muted, buddy.
You're muted.
Yeah, some people miss out though because of time. They don't have the time to really get this stuff. You need time to like comprehend it, and you know, are you making? Well, again, a solution to that is both. Because if you get in and you're making money right away, you can justify the time, right? But you need to be able to justify the time it takes to like learn and get into DeFi, and that requires me getting gains while I'm doing it. So I know a lot of people miss out because of that. Like, because at the time when you want them to get in, there's no reason for me to be doing this because I need, I got to go to work, right?
Yeah.
So, everyone goes. Hey, when I first got millions of dollars, and all my friends had to go to work and go to school, and I'm like, damn, dog, this is lame because I have nobody to spend it with. I had to hire them. I had to create a company and hire them so I can have friends. So time. The thing that we have the time because we're in crypto and blah blah blah, but there's a lot of people miss out because, and again, you need stuff like Lotus or stuff that's easy to get in and also give you some gains along the way, and then you get the time to learn the thing.
Yeah, but I agree and I disagree for this fact. For the folks that me and Jake especially talking about, they have the time to spend 340 days talking trash about Titanx and the ecosystem while they could have been learning. That's key.
Okay, so
you know,
we're going to stop you right there because right now we're in so much green that fuck them.
No,
don't talk
about
other people that you disagree with. Like we're talking about the general public of everyone. That's what we're trying to reach right now. Forget all the background.
That's what we're talking about. The mindset, the change.
I heard that today on that live space, and I was like, "Oh, this is disgusting."
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Get all that background, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like I just want to. You want to hurt somebody when I hear that shit. Like, come on, man. Let's open it up, man.
Yeah.
The world.
Free thinking, man. That's what it comes out to, man. Free thinking. People just have to like not be afraid to learn it. They just got to be afraid not to learn it, man. It's amazing what we built here. It's amazing. It's amazing. If you go to any Telegram chat, people are just happy, learning, sharing, you know? Any spaces, any stream you go to, people are happy and learning, sharing, you know? People are excited to build and build right, you know? It's a beautiful time, man. It's beautiful.
Yeah, we have a virtual conference this weekend, the 1-year anniversary coming up too. Wait. It's going to be pretty awesome. In addition to Lotus launching, plug that real quick too. But I mean, that is awesome. How many? I mean, it's not a physical meetup conference, but it's still sick. You know that it's going to happen. And
that's how it starts, man.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's awesome. I can't believe it's been 1 year. Yeah. It feels like 3 months. You know, even though the work feels like 10 years, but the time has just flown by. It's pretty epic.
Yeah, another thing that's so cool about our ecosystem is there's no human. When we're not just pointing at somebody, because there's no key man risk because it's a bunch of people.
Yeah.
So if one disappears for example, Eric was sick for a little bit, nobody really saw him on stream. He was marketing a little bit less. Now he's recovering, so he's coming back.
But the code works.
Like nobody really cared. The code works, everything's fine. Other founders pick up. It's like a decentralized team. So instead of relying on one human being or a founder or a CEO, I hate that word in crypto. CEO of what? It's a fucking smart contract. What are you CEOing down there? There's nothing to do. Like
Correct.
I've never understood like CEO in crypto. Like Jesus Christ. But there's no humans. It's all smart contracts.
The CPU.
Ah.
Yeah, we're all CPUs.
We're all CPUs. I told you, man, we're part of the machines, bro. That's why I changed my profile pic. We're machines. We don't realize it. Hey, man.
Yeah, that's you know, like you said, the CEO crypto. You see like Ripple and all this shit, you know, and XRP and all these other. I mean, granted, like quant, you know, some of these things, overledger technologies are badass, right? But they all had ICOs, they all have VCs, just like stock market crap. You know, they're going to dump right on your face, and that's why you're still sitting right where you're at your little 50 cents, even though you're winning court cases and blah blah blah, and you're still sitting there because everybody's just dumping on your head, just like in the corporate world in America. And hey, you know, I don't know the rest of the world, but that's how it works in the stock market in the U.S. Man, you give your life savings to a financial advisor. Yeah, you get like 20 grand yield back after 15 years. You know, I see it with older folks, mutual funds and whatever, IRAs and crap like that. And here we are on crypto, just blowing these numbers away in 2 weeks. You could, if you wanted to. So it's a blessing.
There's one thing that Jake said a long time ago, talking about literally the first 2 months, and it really stuck by me. It's like, why build something and why build a whole ecosystem if you have VCs or you have 100 investors that did 100x before anything is launched? You build all this for them just to dump indefinitely on you guys, right? Rest is you build all this when nobody has anything, and you all grow and grab your own share along the way, and you build fair. So now when bags get big and when things get extreme, all that stuff, it's the users, it's a community that gets to thrive and share the little atmosphere we make, the community we make, the building we make, the protocols we make. That's the difference. And that what always stuck by me in the beginning. I was like, yeah, I got to listen to what this guy has to say. Let me pay more attention. And that's when I fell in love, man.
Yo,
I remember that.
Are you still going to take the hexagon? You should just be Marco.
All right. So let me tell you why, right? So I'll explain to you. So I'm planning. So I got to be strategic with this. So I was planning to remove my name a long time ago. So when the first round of the SEC letters came around and stuff like that, I started targeting everybody, right? Like my name was on the list for no reason, right? And now, of course, everything's fine behind the scenes, right? But I wanted to change it because I don't want to be part of those type of things, right? Because I'm pure, right? I don't get paid for anything. I don't do any of that stuff, right? But the issue for changing my name is that literally every week I get somebody trying to make a new name account of me, trying to scam and hack people. So if I get rid of this name, somebody's going to pick it up. And they're going to start going on a scamming spree. They do it on Telegram every day. They do it on X already, So that's why it's hard. So what I got to do is I got to catch the people off guard where I make 2 accounts, grab that name, put it on a different account, and just let it be in a vault by itself forever. And then I can actually have my own original account. Because if I make the switch now, go ahead.
How about just hit edit and remove the word hexagon?
Well, if I do, then somebody else makes it, copies what I used to have, and then they put a blue check mark, and then people get deceived. That's what they're doing now. Yeah.
That's a poor excuse. Sorry.
No, that's what they're doing now.
That's like a lie right there.
Yeah.
You're dancing around something. I don't know what it is, but you can.
No. So like if you go on X, right? Like if you go on X and you change your name, right? You gotta wait like 2-3 days or something like that to get verified.
Anything you say is an excuse, man. There's no way to be having hexagon right now. That's like.
I have to, man. At the moment, I have to make the switch when nobody's watching. I have to. If you notice, I'm making the switch little by little. Like my profiles change little by little. The names.
About it, Titanx, man.
Say it again.
Nothing. I'm just making jokes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So that's the reason why. So like, it's a pain in the ass to try to catch people to not catch the name, because if I get caught where somebody does grab it, there's nothing I could do to get it back. Like if they pay $8, whatever it is, to get the blue check mark and they grab my name, it's over. There's nothing I could send to Twitter, because I asked them to when I helped delete one of the prop things. They will not do it.
Marco,
So,
man. It's not.
that's why I gotta wait.
The hexagons gotta go, man. It's Marco.
Of course. Oh yeah, I made that, dude. I made that super clear. Like I'm changing my profile, my names, all that stuff. But I just gotta do it strategically.
You dancing like somebody shooting at your feet, like dance.
Nah, this is the way I gotta do it, man. I gotta protect people. That's why.
How about with no explanation and just do it?
All right, so we'll do this, man. You're gonna help me, all right? I'm gonna change it. You're gonna grab my name from me. I'm gonna lock it up, and then we'll continue, bro.
There's no external world to be concerned about. It's only yourself.
No, I get it, man. I
love these different personalities, man.
Yeah. No, man. Listen,
love
one thing about CG, man, he's always pure raw, and he doesn't care about anything else but the main goal. And there's something you got.
Being good and doing the right thing, and that's not hexagons.
I get it.
They're all good people in that.
I get it. No, I get it, man.
Yes, and we got friends there, here and there. So,
Yeah.
you know, and when the time's right, that change will happen if it needs to. You know,
No, he knows.
so.
He knows. He's messing.
I know.
up.
I know.
Yeah.
Chiz, where you at, man? What are you thinking up there in that corner in the totem poles? What you got going on?
I'm not thinking. I'm just listening. I'm
Yeah.
good.
Are you the one that makes the totems behind the scenes on? Oh, I love those, man. I'll be looking at those pics. I'm like, this is freaking dope. That's cool, man. What got you into that, to do that? What was it?
War
Okay.
zones. Yeah.
Okay.
Sort of
Interesting.
recovering from war. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thanks for sharing that. That's awesome,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Thank you.
Yeah, but so I started carving in Central Park actually.
Oh, wait. You don't need to dox yourself, but are you from New York?
I'm a New Yorker, yeah.
Oh, let's grab lunch or dinner one day,
Yeah,
man. I'm
Yeah,
in Brooklyn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I'm all over New York. I'm all over New York.
That's dope, man. That's dope.
He's the mayor of Central Park, bro. That's his title.
Yeah, I'm the mayor of Central Park.
Oh yeah, that's dope, man. We could take a stroll and talk about Titanx all day, hold hands, man. I don't mind.
Yeah,
all day.
Those carvings have a personality.
Yeah, I like it, man. They're pretty cool. And you can tell the cards with love and like detail and time. That's what's cool. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, I just do it to clear myself out. I do it like I did it like Jake actually inspired me, honestly. Because I don't normally carve for other people. I carve for myself. I do it for my own, bag.
I get it.
I do it for me. And I like to give these carvings as gifts. And so actually it was in the dark period of Titanx, and Jake was like, fuck, I'm not talking about price anymore. Like, stop asking me about price. And all I'm looking to do is to build a community of cool people doing cool things, and we're a diverse group, and we're just gonna. So he called that out, right? I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna start carving, right? And so I just started. I'm always carving behind the scenes, but it's the first time I said, all right, I'm gonna use the carving to. Because when I carve, good things happen in my life, in my son's life, in my family. It extends out, right? And so I thought, all right, I'm gonna carve to hold the space, of a positivity in Titanx. Just because I didn't like all the negativity being thrown out at Jake and Eric and all that. I just didn't like it. I'm not feeling that, especially when people are putting themselves out there and putting their hearts and souls, and then like keyboard warriors are showing disrespect and negativity like that. That's just so weak. It's so weak, and so it just needs to be punctured, basically. So I punctured it with carving.
That's awesome, man. I love it. Thanks for sharing that.
You know what punctures that is these live streams, because you can't do none of that on a live stream. You have to be transparent and honest.
Yeah.
Unlike Spaces, unlike Telegram, there's no way that's going to be clean. It's like this. So
it's a war zone. You know that.
Huge value in these live streams if we do it properly. It can go a really long way, because it defeats the whole Telegram narrative and the Spaces narrative, which need to be defeated because there's a lot of negativity guaranteed in that type of flow.
Yeah, the keyboard warriors and Telegram, they're tough.
They're worse. You know what's funny ones? When people make accounts of yourself, I know you probably got one or two of them, right, from Telegram. Can you believe somebody made copy my account on Telegram and then hitting me up to try to scam me with same profile, same names, everything. I guess they didn't realize it. So I thought they were joking. And then I looked at it. I'm like, so I replied back like, dude, you're trying to hack the guy. You're scamming. Like what? Like what? Like it's so funny. Yeah, people are so dumb, man. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It is.
Yeah. After Steve had gone to sleep, I guess for the night, I was in the Telegram, and some dude came in with like a fake owner tag, beside his name, and then a big picture of Volt. And he said, "Sorry if everybody lost on their money right here. We're going to send it right back to you immediately."
Oh yeah, that's a message.
And there's like 1,000 people in there awake right now, and like just letting him have it, and we just deleted it. But he might, if for every 1,000 that hate him, he might get one.
Yeah.
And that so.
Yeah, it's sad, man.
Happened to me, I learned the real hard way.
Yeah. Oh, look at Mike Dean. Every other couple of days, Mike Dean got to put a post saying he helped save somebody's mints. Unfortunately, like it's sad, man. It's sad. Just guys, protect your wealth, learn your security. Get your treasures, your ledgers. Just be smart with it, please.
That's insecure though, because he's encouraging others to DM him. So he's out here as a faceless person telling people, yo, DM me, I'll help you out. How do you know that's not the actual scammer?
Who?
Who?
Who are you talking about?
He's talking about Mike.
You're talking about Mike Dean. Oh, okay. Talking about Mike Dean. Okay.
Yeah, he's out here telling people, yeah, I'm saving you. So people will DM him. And so now you have a problem.
I see what you mean. Okay, I see what you mean.
So I've seen this grift like from before.
I see what you mean.
But at the same time, he has helped them, and they have come out saying that he's helped them. But the flip side, it could go that way, but it hasn't because he's proven himself.
We don't know who scammed these people for them to come and need help though.
I get what you mean. Yeah. But that's why at the end of the day, like
evolving door.
You don't do DM in crypto, man. You don't use phone. You don't use cell phones in crypto. You don't do DM, or else you're done.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. That's why I go back to you have to protect your wealth, right? Like treasures, ledgers. Don't write your shit on paper with pen and pencil. That thing disappears over time. God forbid there's a fire. If somebody knows your C words, they still need your treasure and all that stuff to use it. Like that helps prevent a lot of things. So please be smart. And like CG said, you can't trust anybody. Don't trust anybody. So.
That's the nature of being a human being. You're not supposed to trust anyone. That's why we have blockchain.
Sure.
What are you eating?
This land where I live in Jamaica, nobody trusts anyone. That's why there's so much.
He's always eating. He's always eating.
He's
asking what he was eating.
What are you cooking?
As I was saying, this is chicken soup. I was saying that here, nobody trusts anyone.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of bureaucracy, a lot of red tape, but it's actually really beneficial. Because I feel secure, right? Because there's no way this person's getting over because there's so much red tape. But then all at the same time, you step away from the system because you don't want to deal with all that red tape.
Yeah.
But once you're away from the system, now you really have to be honest and good, or else you get killed. Right? So naturally, everyone's just honest and good. Now, where this comes from? I was talking about. What were you guys talking about?
Just saving people from scamming.
Yeah, scamming, protecting your wealth, ledgers.
Right. So you can't trust anyone on the internet. So there's absolutely no. When you're talking about protecting your crypto, you don't allow the possibility, which means you don't DM anytime ever. At least, I DM my loved ones. I DM important. I got a DM for this chat right here. But just DMing on a regular, like because you're DMing, that's a mistake. Big mistake. Even conversations with other people could get you hacked because you don't know what their intentions are. They might dig information out of you little by little. I went through a lot of stuff now with crypto. A lot of shadow going on. And listen, man, I don't want to go into the length of my experience, but I'm on the phone with federal agents telling me what's going on the dark web that has to do with me. And I'm seeing how, that's it. You need to be so secure in this thing. Like,
yeah, it's scary.
For instance, here, nobody knows about crypto. That's secure. That's secure. I'm not going to live nowhere where my neighbor knows about it, because then I'm not secure. So DMing? Oh, no, forget that. And you see someone like Mike Dean out here with no face telling people Yo, DM me. Nah, man. There's something wrong. Extremely wrong there.
I love how he walks away every time. Adds to the story.
He walks and he's coming up with like so many things, and it comes back. But that's how he's always been, you know. No, but I get. Listen, like me personally, I think Mike Thing is a great guy. I don't think ill will of him, nothing like that. But I do get what CG's saying.
Have you ever really dealt with this camera, dog?
Yeah. I get what he's saying.
They're portrayed in this thing, dog.
No, I get what you're saying. Like you got to be smart.
Don't listen to somebody's words. You need to see their eyes and see their face and collect that information too. The words alone is gonna get you, man.
Yeah, he's been a big help. To
the walk back.
Huge help. But anyways, enough about that. I'm not gonna throw any shade on him by any means.
No, Mike is great. I love Mike. Mike is great.
Yeah.
I appreciate what he does.
Yeah. We're almost at
He also took a lot. He also today on that space, because, and I think that's what I is talking about, is in the spaces there's this opportunity to like
lash out.
And
tomatoes and shit, and I don't like it.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
And I actually, Marco, I actually like what you had to say today about Pulsar, because what you did was you showed some respect to the builders, to show that respect. But on the other hand, like, that's not done right.
Yeah, let me explain something to you. What you just said, right? So I want to make sure everybody understands this. So Pulsar, especially like Crypto-Kool-Aid, I know this guy for 5 years plus, right? Like really good guy, great dev, and the other people. Listen, hold on, let me finish. The other people, all that stuff, right? But that's why I said about Pulsar. It doesn't matter if I'm your friend or I know you, stuff like that. That doesn't not mean nothing, right? Like you got to have your audits. You can't be sneaky of everything you do and expect everybody to trust you right away, right? Even a friend, right? And that's why I made it public. Like I made sure, like, I like the technology. I think it's cool and all that stuff. But me personally, I'm not gonna trust anything until it crosses certain checks. And you can't be upset at somebody for not putting you on their own list because you didn't cross those checks. You know? So that's why I had to see what I have to say, you know?
The first step from post to launch, and it's a problem. The first one in Titanx, it's a problem. And you still have Hexagon in your name.
Say that again?
Got jokes, man.
No, what was the first part? The first part I didn't hear.
The first dev.
Post is a problem. The first dev to launch on Titanx.
Oh, you're talking about the name? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, there's no other post thing going on. And the only problem we've had so far with a builder is that.
Yeah,
and Hexagon in your name though.
Shut up.
It's your fault.
But
you bringing that.
No, hey, that has nothing to do with me. Hey, man, that has nothing to do with me. That team, that protocol, that has nothing to do with me, man. Listen, man.
I my ex a week before the nigga pulled that shit. I was like, oh, nice.
Yeah.
I was actually really shocked that he said that they had just got the audits done today.
Yeah, I don't like that.
That's insane. I mean,
I don't like that.
We all know that's not the ethos of the Titanx ecosystem, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and this is easy peasy, right?
Yeah.
Do your audits before you launch, for your sake, for crying out loud. If you're investing, thousands and thousands in doing a protocol, spend time, XYZ, whatever, and you're like, we just got the audits done. I'm like,
and like I said, there's nothing against people, right? It's just you can't cry about certain things when you didn't check the marks on the main things. You know, that's just my thing. That's it. You know, it's just all this should have been done a long time ago.
It shouldn't be even on the space. It shouldn't be given no attention. All this stuff is background.
I just didn't like. I didn't like that energy.
I don't know, man. I think there's an agenda here to put out bullshit. Cause like, come on, man. I keep saying, look, stop with the bullshit, man. So are you focusing on this bullshit? I don't even want to hear the word Pulsar anymore.
Yeah.
Just drop it, man. Just take the Hexagon out of your name. That's the problem. You can't release yourself.
No, but I just didn't like the energy with Mike. It wasn't fun. It wasn't nice to hear. You know.
Yeah.
It was just too long. It was too long. That was the main issue. You can get to the point fast.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I get, so the ethos is have audits before launch. Because
that should be given
on chain.
Before one person ever connects their wallet to it, there should be an audit before you release anything.
So just to cut them some slack, like with the Titanx ethos, in the beginning it was not following the ethos, but then we talked a little bit and they ended up implementing it. So Pulsar has two sides. You go in with Titanx, with Ethereum.
Yeah.
the Titanx gets split 50-50. 50% gets burned, sent to DragonX Helios. The other 50% creates a V2 liquidity pool over on Pulse Chain. And then the Ethereum, the other 50 side, buys Titanx, then Pulsar, then burns it.
Yeah.
So it still follows the ethos. They're doing an audit now. I'm just waiting back to hear some confirmations on the buy and burn routing that it's hard coded. I have the contracts, and then we'll see from there. I mean, at the end of the day, it's DeFi. People can build whatever the hell they want.
Of course. Yeah.
As long as it follows the ethos, it should get support.
I think Richard just shut it all down, man. Real, that's what I would do. Shit, that's the easiest path to go.
And that's the cool thing about blockchains, man. You can't shut them off.
I know.
And it's on the interplanetary file system too, right? So it's like really, it's not going anywhere on that one.
It's extra super hard for users. That was horrible. That was a horrible decision. My God. Anyway, what do you guys want to talk about?
Yeah, Steve, what are you doing, dude?
Building. Think about other things to build.
Buying domain names.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the price. Like Titanx, is it basically a local high here?
Yep,
that's pretty phenomenal. So, you know, with the stage we're entering, with the conference next week, it's going to be interesting how that, because price for post-chain conferences always pumped, didn't they? For Hex conferences.
A lot of eyes.
Actually, it dumped. Yeah, usually dumped, but
did it dump?
Usually.
Candles, a lot of eyes will come, and so it's just a matter of having fun, keep positive, and just highlight the good stuff always.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, and hey man, I'm not on these streams, but I've been hearing people highlighting the negatives, and I don't like it. Like even when you highlighted the whole, the problem with this Titanx launch, I'm like, nah, there was never a problem. No?
Yeah.
It was perfect. So it's like this idea of like say, let me tell you who does this. When I watch spiritual videos on the internet, everybody starts out real great. Oh man, it's so beautiful. But the problem is, the moment they say your problem is or the problem is, they just created a problem. So that's the grift. They want to get paid now. You know what I'm saying? If you have to go negative, it means you're trying to get paid. If you just keep on the positive, you ain't looking for no money. You're just trying to be nice and have fun. So when I watch spiritual gurus on the internet, I'll say, I'm enjoying, I'm loving it. Oh, here it comes.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. You're right. Yeah.
I got no problems. So what are you talking about? You're not a light being. You got problems. You know? Or are you saying others have problems, is what I should say? Because the way they go is like, the problem with humanity is, no, there is no problem with humanity. It's perfect. Right? When you say that, then that's what you experience. Everyone's going to be nice to you because humanity is perfect. I'm only concerned about the people I interact with, not the ones in my imagination. So if everything's perfect, then of course I'm going to have good interactions. And you might think, but where does the bad stuff go? On the internet. And I don't have to give it attention. I just know that it's there.
It's facts, though. It's some facts.
So on that note,
it's true. It's facts.
Not only is Titanx at a local high, but Volt is at a all-time high.
Volt and DragonX both beat it. Yep.
Volt and DragonX.
And the others are about to break local all-time highs little by little.
Wow.
Just before October ends, the highest inflation ever. Incredible.
This is Halloween energy, man. This is scary.
Yeah. You're waiting for the black swan to happen, and it's just
that's what I'm saying. There's
everything's beautiful. Everything's beautiful. That's what's beautiful.
There's no black swan. It's like
that's right.
It's just straight. Hey, and what do I see next? What is it? Lotus. You notice I just said Pulsar? I don't know what that is. Why is it that my first thing to say is Pulsar when it's the way it's spelled? I think. But why? I don't give a fuck about that shit.
And you know what?
When I say Lotus, I say Pulse. Why am I doing that? There's something else. It's like a glitch. It's the hexagon in your name, man. For real, dog.
He's not gonna let you let that down.
I'm gonna make him happy by tonight. Don't worry, I'll make him happy.
Marco, I think you should just keep it. Just keep it, just to provoke him. You know.
I I get it. But one thing I like that he talks about energy, right? And I think the moment where you could tell the energy shift in the beyond positive way of Titanx was day 280. Day 280 was supposed to be the abomination of Titanx, right? The worst of the worst. Everything's gonna go down 99%. And not only the economic energy of it went up, but the mindset of the community as a whole elevated to the next level. You know, and you could tell all the conversations happening, the energy, the weeks that followed after that, and it was just a beautiful moment. It was just that little flick of the switch that it was just like, okay, next level Titanx 2.0 is here. You know, it's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing because nothing happened on day 280.
Nothing.
Except for
everything exploded. Everything good. Yeah. Users exploded. Mindset, conversations exploded. The energy exploded. The content online exploded. It's just like everything just lifted off to the next level, you know? Like how the TGs likes to say, like the spaceship is like the spaceship finally started lifting off Earth, heading to the next destination, you know? It was a beautiful flow. It was the energy was like so long past, here's the future type of feeling, you know? It was cool. I like it. I like it a lot.
I didn't have nothing there. I have all my stakes are way after that, so I came in on the Dragonix thing when it recovered.
Yeah. And it's funny because the most hated protocol is what sparked it again. It's funny. Dragonix, yeah, Dragonix spark. It just out of nowhere. One day you woke up, saw that candle. Everybody's like, "Oh shit, what's happening?" Everybody just followed through, and then celebrations started happening.
Well, I mean, listen, man. 360, all right, we have deflation, so it's starting to go up. But the only other thing you had in front of you was 369, and that's Dragonix. So the 369 speculation overpumped, in my opinion, overpumped Dragonix. But once it was up there, Titanx also went up, so it kept it up. And other things launched, so it kept it up. So Dragonix is straight now, because 369 is right around the corner. So, hey, man, the stuff that everything is straight right now, man. Like,
man, it's beautiful, man.
In place, man.
It's like in harmony, you know. Everything's in its own harmony state. I like it. The frequency is smooth, frequency not too aggressive, not too light. Everything's flowing smoothly, less resistance around. I like it.
The Lotus doesn't show up until there's harmony. That's one of those images. You know? The Lotus shows up when there's harmony.
Yep, that's right.
Hopefully there'll be harmony on Saturday. I think there will with the Titanx conference. We're gonna keep it
great, man. It's gonna be beautiful, man.
Like, you know, unity, and
beautiful, man.
Plan A's and putting it together, and I know Bad Sports and everybody else. I would be doing a lot more normally if I wasn't like right in the building what I'm doing right now and trying to get this out. But I just check in on that Telegram group, and everybody's got their groups of streamers and what's going to be going on. And it's cool. There's gonna be a lot to talk about.
Yeah, shout out to Bad Sports. Since day one, he always liked to stream and get everybody together and do multiple streams, and Blaze team behind them. So good job with you guys. You guys definitely are the anchor of the community when it comes to like getting everybody together and just being persistent, you know? That's awesome.
One thing I saw that happened in Hex that is hard for me to see happen is when everybody gets together in like real life. Cause like, it's hard to have self-custody and do that. Especially around other crypto people. Like I feel insecure, like, you know? Like Richard Hart, he was there dancing with all these people. And I'm like, man, are you taking a big risk right there?
Oh, you're talking about when he went to London or something like that? I think it was London.
A lot of stuff. I mean, he was always in the crowd and dancing on the dance floor and all that kind of stuff. And holding billions. Well, I guess he's in Europe, so that's different. Oh, you know what? Yeah, it's Europe. That's what it is. It's not America.
Florida, they kidnap your ass.
Oh, Florida, nigga, I had nigga moving next to me. What? Can't be too. Nigga got away with that shit. Oh,
wow. Damn. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, hey, man. Yeah, I love it, man. Crypto, man. My mistakes, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you check yourself and you move on.
Yeah, I saw you're living in Florida, right? AI?
My first hack was 50. Yeah, my first hack was 50 Bitcoin.
Woo.
Nigga.
Oof. That's tough, man.
Nigga. But hey, man. And you know what? That shit, it never, anyways, I'm not talking about it.
Yeah, no negative energy, man. Don't talk about
no negative energy.
your stuff getting stolen. Take that I out of your name, bro. Take that I out of your name.
All this is coming out of me saying these in-person gatherings. I mean, I love the idea and stuff, but like, how do you do it? Well, I guess again in Europe it's different. Yeah, I keep falling back to America. That's what it is. So maybe here it would work, because you're really isolated here. So you're not gonna get here just like that. So yeah.
Yeah, if we had a big cruise, people would be tossing people off of ships.
No, we can all use an excuse. Our keys went overboard. You know, we don't have no more crypto.
I've got a seed phrase that told me to give it to my wife and kids.
That's so funny.
Yeah. Cool.
All right.
Well,
What do you guys want to touch on? Because
Yeah.
I'm starting to get hungry.
yeah.
I see AI eating soup over there. I'm like,
I'm saying, like, y'all got time, boy.
Well,
wake up at 3:30 a.m. Automatically.
Well, we touched on a lot. We touched on almost every single thing in the ecosystem today.
Yeah, you guys did good.
ooh, especially that Volt Nexus and like the whole that was a lot of alpha data in the middle of the
Yeah.
stream. I would
Yeah,
highly recommend watching the replay.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so
The vote
This
wheel is
week-
going to be very interesting. It's going to be like the LP haven for big players who want to play with LP. But what's the best thing if you ever want to play with LP, right? You want the chart to go sideways, right? With great volume, right? And it seems like the vote wheel and the way the LP could happen is going to do that, you know? So
Yeah,
There is a problem with providing LP on like Volt though, because you're gonna lose.
well, I'm talking about from between wheel and vote itself. The way it does it.
Like any if I'm a liquidity provider and I put Volt in liquidity, there's not enough games to justify that. Right? I'm better off just holding on to it.
the liquidity for Volt is actually really, really good. I mean, the APR.
No, it's good, but as far as me as someone, I'm gonna enter liquidity. I noticed that I lost Volt because the buy and burn burned it. Right? The buy and burn is
Are you
always
talking about playing on the farms, right?
Yeah, well, any liquidity. It doesn't have to be
Okay.
fun. Any liquidity puts my Volt here, Mr. Machine. Right? So over time, I'm going to end up with less. And liquidity fees doesn't make up for that. If I hold on to it. Well, so what I'm saying, Volt is going to have good liquidity because it's machine liquidity. But as far as a human being providing liquidity, you're going to figure out fast that, oh, wait a minute, now this is a mistake. I'm losing here because that buy and burn is so aggressive.
it just depends on what the percentage of your bag you allocate, you know?
Any
You don't want to allocate your entire
you're
bag.
going to lose some. So why allocate any at all? Like it's Volt, it's going up. Like what's the point of letting it go?
I think
There's already a lot of liquidity there for
passive income, like maybe like on a steadier
with Volt,
stream
it's
and not waiting
not
long.
With Volt, you're losing. It's
No,
not
with him, he does not want to lose his vote at all.
He's
Like, not even one token. He's like, I don't want it. Nope, not
It's
even
not
one
worth it,
vote.
though. It's not worth it. The liquidity
I don't think
make
it's-
up for that.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth
I'm
it.
not saying you should. I'm just saying in general with liquidity providing, you know, you should never probably put your whole bags of anything.
No, but see, Volt is not in general. It's different. It's not like another token, like a beam token. No, I'm not worried about that. Volt or anything with an aggressive buy and burn, as aggressive as that, says, nah, I need to hold on to this. I mean, it's kind of obvious though. You put it in liquidity, it's gone over time. You know, it's not gone tomorrow, but come back 2 weeks, and I guarantee you'll be, oh my God, where's my Volt?
Well, this
Yeah.
past week, you're gonna be like, oh my god, where's my vote? Because this shit just skyrocket.
It happened to me in 3 days or so. And I was like, 3 days later, I was like, nah, dude, this ain't
Yeah, I'm definitely not putting my Bolt in any liquidity pools. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
that's
I'm
right.
I remember at the start, the same thing happened with Dragon X. Same thing happened with Volt as well. People were putting single side liquidity positions up just to kind of like prepare for their like liquidity providing
Instantly
range.
got eaten up.
A massive liquidity, whack, whack, whack,
Yep.
and they were chasing the price, and I was like,
Yep.
oh fucking poor guys, they don't know how this
Yep.
works.
It's
Yeah.
funny. Me and my buddies, we were like looking at the charts, exactly what you said, and they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna go." They're like, "Oh, I'm gonna put my Volt in my Dragon X." I'm like, "Do not do it. You're going to lose it in 2-3 days. Do not do it." And of course, some do it, and next, just like you said, just ate right up. Like 2-3 hours. Like, what happened? I'm like, yeah, it's gone, dude. You gotta hope this thing comes back down.
I'm not even talking about single-sided, though. I'm talking about 50-50. I'm talking about the most gangster way you could do it, and you still lose. Like, I'm not talking about single side.
Yeah.
And again, it's obvious. What I'm saying is
Yeah.
not, it's kind of obvious what I'm saying. That's the way it
Yeah.
works because of there's never been something like that before. All the other buy and burns are like 30 minutes, 15 minutes. So you're not gonna, and they're inflationary. Like Hydra is inflationary and Titanx. Well, you have a cap thing. Oh my goodness, this is so obvious. Cap thing. I mean, it's cap, man.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
and then the vote is $1 billion, so you're gonna see it. Like it's not like 10 trillion. It can go and you don't even realize it's $1 billion. So
Yeah.
shit, nigga. Hey, what happened to 10 of these? What happened to 10 of these? Nah, man. There's enough liquidity for Volt just by machines alone.
Yeah.
True. So hey, it's not like you're helping. You're just hurting yourself basically. Because again, the liquidity fees don't make up for that.
Yeah, it's true because what if somebody who LP'd around 1 cent and then they added their Volt and then they see 6 cents today? No matter how many fees they made, they could never make up that bag.
Yeah. Never in a million years.
Yeah.
Yeah, liquidity providing makes a lot of sense if you just want to exit your position in a way where 1, you maximize profit, 2, you earn fees in the process, and 3, you support the chart.
Or if the token, or if the token doesn't have a buy and burn, and the chart kind of sideways, that's like the perfect liquidity providing right there. Sideways chart, no burning, good to go. That's passive income. Shit, Volt, that's a fucking green chart all the way, and it's being burnt at the same time. Man, you don't have no foresight to say don't put your fucking Volt in here. You deserve to lose. I mean, I did actually. I'm just talking now because I'm like OG now. But hey, I went through it, and now I'm like, oh no, I don't want anybody else. At least someone else can go through it and like see it for themselves and then back out, rather than back out for 3 days or 4 days. But like you put in there for like a month and not check on that shit, like that's ridiculous. But yeah, you would be like, oh man, what happened? Sure, you're gonna get a lot of value back. The USD value is gonna go up for sure. But hey, if you had it in your wallet the whole time, you still get the USD value, plus you keep the token.
Hey, AI.
Yeah.
Somebody was saying that, and this is crazy, but I'm just gonna ask you: Are you you're pretty tight with Trayvon, right? Are you guys tight?
Not now, no.
Okay, I didn't know. Okay, yeah. Someone was asking me if y'all were actually related because of an old stream.
That's always the same question everybody asks.
Yeah, a lot of people have said that. So as we were wondering, I was like, man, I don't know.
Trayvon is an agent on my case, right? K-Ron came into crypto in 2016. You know what he said to me? Yo, you're gonna like me. And he made his first video. He put it on Facebook and put it on YouTube. It's him in his red car. He made it specifically for me. And from that day, everything I do, he's right behind me. It's crazy. But hey, you know what? He followed me one time into one thing, and he went wild and went all out. And I just stayed chill, and now he got in trouble for that. He had to pay all types of money. Because yeah, you're gonna follow me, you gotta stay on the right path, and he didn't do that. Right? What am I talking about him, anyways? Well, you asked.
I don't know. I just asked. You didn't have to go into that detail. I just want to know if you guys.
Hey, my life is interesting, man. My stories are out there. Right?
Yeah, listen, you've been around for a long time, man.
Yeah.
We're listening. It's cool, man.
So, come on, man. Everybody watch Trayvon. Come on, man. He gets away with so much. You have to think, how is that possible? Exactly. Hey, man, I could start talking about
negative energy, man.
I wasn't trying to be negative, dude. I wasn't trying to be negative. I was just.
No, this is actually kind of entertaining, though. I mean, we're talking about Trayvon here, so this is entertainment. He's cool. He'll laugh it off. He's not like that, He calls me an alien and shit.
Yeah, you guys go back and forth all the time.
He started telling everybody, yo, this guy's a fucking alien. You don't fucking realize that shit? So, hey, as extreme as I have to say about him, he has the same thing to say about me.
Yeah.
And we hooked up, you know what I'm saying? We hang out. And that was wild. That was wild. Hey, but you know what? I'll tell you a cool story about me and him when he actually lost. Let me tell you where he lost. Me and him are in a conversation, and I'm flying. I'm bigging it up. I'm saying positive things. I'm going wild. And I said to him, all right, you see, because we're in Miami Beach, we're at a nice place, and the beach is right there. And I said, you see this now? And I said something like, this is nothing. I mean, there's millions on the way. And then he was like, when I put it on him, I was like, there's millions on the way. And he's like, because he's poor, he's like, no, I'm not ready for that. Now, he's poor like 2 months ago, but now he's rich, right? So I'm telling him, there's more to go. And he's like, no, I'm not ready for that. So guess what? I said, what? I walked around him, just like that. And it was all gone. Whatever he had, and he felt it, right? Do I have to explain that any further?
I don't think so.
Right, because if you're in a conversation with a physical, not an internet conversation, this is a physical conversation with two beings, and we're having a cipher. I'm talking the thing out. I'm seeing what our dreams and our wishes and our everything are, and it's beautiful. We're in a wonderful place. This is a perfect place to fly. There's money everywhere. The beach is there. I say, there's more, and he's like, no, I'm not ready for it. And I don't like that I did this, but automatically I just walk around him. Because I'm like, oh, you're going to give it away. And then I started like, okay. And then he knew what happened. And from that point on, that was it. And now I'm here. I don't know where he's at. Yeah. You should be in Titanx talking not only about Titanx. Like, what the hell? What are you doing? Why aren't you in the crypto anymore? Why aren't you just talking about Titanx, just Titanx alone? Like, that's an easy road. That's like so easy to do. You're so good at it. Well,
yeah, he's in Titanx.
No, he's definitely in Titanx.
He's in Titanx still, but his brain and then we can pivot from Trayvon, because last time I actually saw him, and I heard you saying that you had done the smart contract before Numeraire, and I saw him working through Numeraire online. I was like, what the fuck is this guy doing? What is this new? What is like? And I had some hex at that time. I was like, there's no way I'm going into that smart contract, even though I liked it and he was smooth talking. And I was like, what is this? But what he does in Titanx is sort of his brain is still focused on the V1 buy and burn. I'm like, dude, shut up. Like, move on. It's just like, this is all. He's still, I'm like, dude, just let it go. And he's still like attack. What?
It's the same thing with post-chain though. He's focused all the time on the negativity, like when is it launching, and Richard, like months. And I'm like, yo, like, is that all you can do? No, I know that's not all he can do. He's really good at like being an entertainer and all that. Because you remember the crypto weather. So you know that there's a potential for him to do amazing things. But then you sit there and then all just caught up in the negativity and for hours. Like you do an 2-hour-long stream, it's like Richard and post-chain. Dude.
Jake, let me ask you something really quick. Did you go over how ready X20 is or the launch for it?
Oh, there's no launch timing for it. Whenever it's perfect, it's perfect. But,
so whenever you feel like it needs to be released. Okay.
The dev is done. First audit is done. Came back clean.
Everything's good.
So we have that in the back pocket.
Okay.
When it's needed.
This is going to expose some L2s, because L2s are centralized, and if you make a lot of noise on your L2, they always, well, I don't say always, but it's like they have the what do you call it now, like the power to mess with you.
And I've seen it.
Yeah, and they mess with you. So X28 is going to be interesting to watch, because Titanx is coming with a lot of energy, So.
Yeah, hey,
And did you go ahead?
No. Go ahead, Marco.
Yeah, and so the audits look clean, everything looks clean for it. Did you ever think about like which blockchains do you want to target first to start interacting with it with X28? Is that something you thought about it yet, or you didn't reach that stage yet that you want to do?
Probably all at once.
Okay.
I am going to exclude blockchains if they have a bad juju numerology.
Okay.
But I still need to go through all of them. I haven't had time.
Okay? That's interesting. Okay.
I like Arbitrum.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, Arbitrum is definitely. It depends on numerology, but as of now, it's definitely one of them.
Yeah.
Almost all the EVM chains.
What about X
can you bridge to X1? I mean, that's going to be Solana, X1, but it'd be pretty
Maybe.
cool to unite.
Yeah, layer 0 needs to be attached to it.
Layer 0.
Well, gentlemen,
Well,
it's been 5 hours.
yeah, we just hear the crickets now.
Yeah, the crickets.
off in the distance.
Yeah, man. Hey, man.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, it's been awesome. Thanks, Jake, for coming on,
Yeah, man.
and
Yeah,
AI and Marco too.
Oh no, forget about me. All you guys, man. Like just hearing you guys all day for the past couple of hours was fun, man. I love hearing these.
Marco the Amazing.
I'm gonna change it. Don't worry, bro. Just watch out for the next hour or two. All right, I got you, bro. I'm gonna make you happy, bro. We're gonna change the frequency, man. We're gonna change the frequency, bro.
Yeah, let's end on a super positive note. It was a great stream.
No,
Lots
great,
of
guys.
alpha.
Yes.
You know, you got great protocols coming. The 1-year anniversary this weekend. Steve's
I can't wait. I can't wait.
on Ethereum, for crying out loud. I mean, this is how we need to finish it. And pay attention. We're gonna be doing some streams this week about Lotus.
Yeah.
Right? Trying to launch this bad boy on Saturday, and we'll be talking about it in the conferences and just shooting shit right like we are right now. So that's all I got.
Man.
And you guys, you know, I'll leave it to you for your closing comments, man, as well. So,
Jake,
I think you muted.
Yeah, you're
TG.
muted.
Yeah, for me to come on the stream, I got invited. So I'm like I'll look at myself as a new person coming on a stream. And I think that when you guys do streams, try to invite someone who hasn't been on a stream. Because it's just the iPhone, right? So you have iPhone, you can stream, or Android. So like getting someone, a new face each time would be cool.
Yeah.
Because the same motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? And a new voice and a new act, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, we appreciate you, dude, coming on today, you know, for the invite and everything.
He walks away.
You can hear me.
Oh, I can hear everything.
No, I know. We know. We're just messing with you. Oh man.
Steve, thanks for hosting, dude. Or you kind of
Likewise. Also, Titanx is top 24 on Ethereum.
Let's go.
We might be hunting for that top 5 spot, Steve.
Go, man. That's so
Kick
happy,
one down
bro.
a little bit.
The rocket ships, dude. We got rocket ships going on in the Titanx ecosystem right now.
Yeah.
Dude.
When Volt's at top, Titanx is at top. It's a Volt Titanx.
Hey, that's right. Marketing, baby.
Top 10 spots. Capture the top 10 spots by January.
We can.
But the thing, but CG, it's not when, it's if, right? It's not if, it's when. It's going to happen.
Exactly.
Like it's going to happen. Sooner or later, it's going to happen.
When it's at, it's January.
Oh yeah,
Top 10.
that's when there's no inflation.
Yeah, I want to see Chiz's totem poles then when you know we're at $1 Titanx or $10 Volt, right? We'll see what they look like.
It's all the
yeah,
same. It doesn't change. It's just like,
all right.
yeah, it's all the same.
All right, cool, fair enough. All right.
All right.
All right, guys.
Neon nights in the midnight glow. The bass drops and we lose control. Electric energy lifts us high. In the rave, we're touching the sky.
Thanks, guys. Jake, thanks for coming. Marco, awesome. Really appreciate
You caught me off guard.
I know, right?
I was fucking walking around my room. What if I was taking a shot?
It's not over yet.
What if he had a thong on and he just stood up, right? Like Speedo.
Oh man, imagine you just left it on and AI is there just the rest of the night. You know,
Yeah, that's so funny.
I don't know what's gonna go on in that flat.
Oh shit. All right.
All right. Yo.
Well, that was a pleasure, man.
Marco, Jake, AI. Cheers, guys. Be well. All right, everybody.
That's fun. Have a great night.
Bye
All
bye.
right, peace.